America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Hello. Happy Sunday. Or Monday if you're in Australia. How are you doing? Good evening, good afternoon. How are we? Big ups. We signed a player. Transfer window's closed, but that did not stop us from signing a 16-year-old, you could say child. From my point of view, he seems like a child, but he doesn't look like one if you've seen him. We'll talk about it. How are we doing? We got to, of course, welcome Mr. Luka to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I've heard reports that he may be loaned back to his original club. We'll talk about it. We'll look at the rumors. We'll see how everybody's doing before we do all that. But how are you? I'm too blessed to be stressed. Happy Sunday again, the day of rest. I didn't have anything on the show yesterday, or was it Friday? I don't really know, but what I do know is I was on Football Heritage TV. They had a 24-hour charity stream, so I was part of that. Big ups to anyone who attended and was in the chat and helping out with the donations, etc., etc. So outside of that, hello, how are we doing? Let me see what's up with the chat. Let me see how y'all are feeling today. The question for today is, what are your thoughts about the addition of 16-year-old Luka Vušković? Vušković? I don't know how to say it. We'll figure it out. I'll probably come up with some kind of name for him the longer we have him, but as of right now, 43% says anyone better than Dyer. 36% says I don't know him, but I love him already. It's a good choice. And then 20% says who the fuck is that guy? Anyone telling you they knew him before today, I would say cite your sources. I would say prove it in any kind of way. But yeah, I've never heard of this kid, but I'm a fan of the name Luka. You know, Luka Modric, Luka Doncic. A lot of good Lukas out there. 3% says watched him plenty and he's quality. Thunderwolf is in the house. I saw a few comments. I'll address them in the short term, but I believe I know who that 3% is, and I think it's Thunderwolf 107. Big up Thunderwolf. Big up to see you here. It says it's pronounced Vušković. Thunderwolf, if you are new here, I will tell you I mispronounce things all the time. But how are we doing? Again, happy Sunday, happy Monday to those of you living down under. Or maybe not just down under, but in that time zone. How are we doing? C. Sherman gets the first prize of the day. Big up C. Sherman, YouTube chat member in the house. Big up. Luka, so good. Gang. I've been thinking, should I pivot to the NPC world on TikTok, or should I do the NPC thing on YouTube and try and open the gateway to YouTube NPC? Maybe not. Maybe I should just stick with what we're doing here. Big up C. Sherman. Official news. Big up official news. It is the official news in the house. Says new Spurs news. Now sour people signing people who are not even in the adult age. They finally change and made Dr. Mind. I don't know who Dr. Mind is, but hopefully he has a sound mind. I hope Daniel Levy has finally changed his mind as well, says official news. I do hope that as well. I think we all hope that as fans. I've hoped that with getting Ainge Postecoglou on a 4-year deal, to me that signifies some kind of change in the time. At least I'm hoping so. So let's all hope that he finally changed his mind. Thunderwolf, before the show started, checking in early, says, I'm a Hajduk. I don't know how to say that either. I'm going to be 100% honest. Hajduk. I'm a Hajduk fan, and I've seen him play last season. He was amazing. Had one bad game for the senior team. Interesting. Also goes on to say he's also very strong mentally and made a lot of moves, which just showed his confidence. And this kid's 16 years old. 16 years old. That's absolutely absurd. I mean, what was I doing when I was 16? Not getting Fabrizio Romano to tweet. Here we go. But here, let's go ahead and take a look at it. It's pretty interesting when you do deep dive into this. Big up Kate with Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs, another YouTube chat member. Kate, I love you and Jim. I hope y'all are doing well. Y'all are in my thoughts, so keep keep being there, keep doing the thing. We'll talk. We'll keep catching up. But big up Kate, with just a girl who loves Spurs. But as you can see here, this is so. I guess let me go in chronological order here. This is what I saw today. Exclusivo. Tottenham are on the verge of signing Croatian center back top talent Luka Vušković. After top project for his development, Vušković only won Spurs despite interest from 5 more top clubs. Personal terms agreed, clubs finalizing paperwork, and we got the here we go. An official here we go. So this was nice to see, if I'm honest. A little treat there to, depending how you view Sunday, either start your week off proper or end the week off on a nice note. So I hope you felt that way. Then there was this that was dug up on the Twitterverse. Of course, as people on Twitter will do, they'll dig up all the news that you've already tweeted. This was, I believe, April 10th. Yeah, you can see right there. So April 10th. That is, so April, May, June, July, August, 5 months ago, they were saying PSG are still interested in Hajduk center back Luka Vušković, born in 2007. I was about to graduate high school in 2 years. That's crazy. It says, but understand the club has now also activated other options in case they will decide to walk away from Vušković deal, including other Croatian talent. Man City bid 12 mil. More Premier League clubs have entered the race. So clearly we entered the race for this young gentleman here. It's interesting to see. This was 5 months ago. And then today we got the here we go. So 5 clubs interested, and he chose Tottenham Hotspur. That's pretty special. That's pretty special. I don't know what else to say. That's pretty damn special. Let's see. Let me catch up on the chat a little bit more. Hydration Nation, go ahead and one time pause for the cause. Let's see. Who else is checking in? Milton Nobrega is in the house. Big up. Good afternoon, Jacob, and everyone in the chat. Hope everyone is well. Too blessed to be stressed. Grab your free beer. Big up, Chewy. Chewy's actually not in his bed right now. No, he's not. He wanted to sleep in the living room. I don't know why. Big up DeFarsher, and DeFarsher's in the house. Big up all. Adrian Chiroko says, good evening all. Hello, Adrian. How you doing? Adrian also says, our new signing, Mr. Luka Vušković, is a young 16-year-old, 6'3" center back. The kid is a unit who likes to power forward and is reported to have a good football brain. As long as that's reported, that sounds all right with me. Let's see. I'm moving myself up a little bit here. Let's see if that works. Might make it a little bit better. That way, the comments don't just cover my face up. Big up, Adrian. Zapur, YouTube chat member, moderator, Discord aficionado. Watched Vušković's highlights. He is a big boy, to say the least. I like a big boy. You know that. Looks like an awkward man dribbling around children. I did watch some of those highlight tapes, the comps that all come out as soon as Tottenham are linked with a player. Yeah, he looks huge. A little... this is a kid still growing into his frame. He's freaking 6'4". What are we talking about? Let's look at his vitals. Let's look at his vitals here. So there he is. He is on the sofa score. 16 years old, 6'4". Jesus Christ. He is as tall as me, and he's 16 years old. What are they feeding the kids? What is in the water? Somebody tell me. Elvis G, evening all. I'm liking the earlier start time. Good for us Brits. Big up, Jacob. Big up, Elvis G. I did do the earlier start time just because, it worked better for my life. Worked better for my wife. So if it works better for my wife, it works better for me. I usually try and do an hour later than this, but you know what? No one else was on, so why not? Hit the bar. Who? Yeah, I know where you voted in the poll. Keep getting your votes in the poll right now if you can. I see over 65 of y'all in the house, 44 votes, 31 likes. So we got 14 people not grabbing the free beer who do want to party. And then there's probably about another 20 of y'all who haven't even walked into the party yet. There goes one. We got 19 of y'all who haven't walked in the party. Keep voting in that poll. Let's see where everyone lands. Still, the leading choice is anyone better than Dyer right now. So big up everyone who's partaking in that poll. 4% now says watched him plenty in his quality. So that's 2 votes at least for that option, which is interesting because I thought Thunderwolf might be the only one. But big up whoever else has watched him a lot. Tell me what you know. Give me the knowledge. Just a girl who loves Spurs. Jim says hello, but he only had his left hand working, so I'm talking for him. Big up, Jim. Just a guy who loves Spurs. The other half of Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. What a lovely couple they are. Yosarian is in the house. Big up Yosarian. Morning, Jacob and United Spurs. Peace and love and Ange we trust. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. I love that. Big up Yosarian and good morning, sir. Tottenham forever. Big up Jay. A nice surprise for once. A very nice surprise. I would say a welcome surprise indeed. Thunderwolf, a coach from a different club here in Croatia, said that if he didn't know who Vušković was, if he didn't know that Vušković was 16, he'd think he's older. I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's something in the water lately making these young men just blossom. I mean, if you see above my head right here, you can see that's for this season, I'm assuming. So he started 7 out of 8 matches this season. He looks to be all over. Here's the heat map there for you, if anyone cares to see. That's where he's been this season for Hajduk. I don't know how to say it. I'm going to stop trying to say it. I think I'm butchering it. Hit the bar. So what's he doing with his right then, Kate? Oh. Ian Smith, he lives on the 2nd floor. Who lives on the 2nd floor? I don't know what that means, but big up Ian Smith, new name in the chat. Nick Brown, hi Jacob. Heard this kid won't actually come to us till 2025. Do you know if there's any other truth in the matter? Now, I did see that Chris Callan did tweet that apparently he's not going to come to us until another 2 years. So this may be one of those situations like the Papa Matasar or the Destiny Ugodi situation where we buy him, loan him back. We say, okay, we bought your wonder kid. You can have him for a little bit longer, but then he's going to end up with us. That might be what we're doing. And then, you know what? I'm perfectly fine with that. But again, look at the profile. I like what we're doing with our profiles. When you look at Ashley Phillips, similar profile, very young, very large, comfortable with the ball at his feet, comfortable being in that center position. So I like it. I do like the profile of this kid, 100%. I mean, look at that. He's got the size. Jessica, at the alone there to end of season, I heard, so as to not disrupt stuff. Yeah, why unsettle the kid and really do it too soon? I mean, he's 16 years old. There's really 2 ways you could go about it. You could take the kid, splash him in the big pond, and say, here you go, buddy, learn to swim. And, you know, it might be too much. Let's let him, maybe it's wiser to let him finish out the season, the thing that he's been planning on doing all up until this point at least. And then we pull him out of that and say, we're going to ease you into the whole bright lights, flashing cameras, so to speak. So it'll be interesting to see for sure, Jessica. Big Kaufman, YouTube chat member in the house. Evening, everyone. I almost presumptuously said evening Jacob, like you were saying to me. Everyone be nice to each other. Immaculate vibes. That is the vibe here. Only immaculate. Vuško with the gusto. I like that. That's pretty good. There's Vušković. Hopefully I'm not butchering it, Thunderwolf. Hopefully I'm not. Vlad Drakulovic. That's a good one, Medi. Big up, Medi. Appreciate y'all being here. Lynch in the house. I watched his highlights. A good prospect. Big unit. And talk to me nicely. What impressed me is that I saw him playing in 2 different games with his head bandaged up at 16. So that means he was getting in and around the action, maybe a little too much. But you know what? I like that warrior mentality. Fuck it. My head's banged up. I'm going to go out there and keep banging. Can't stop me now. Zapur. Hajduk, probably. That's how we pronounce the hockey player Hajduk. Hajduk. How you doing? Wayne Bonner. Sup, everyone. Hope you're all well. What have I missed? You missed. We're signing a 16-year-old, apparently. We already got the Here We Go from Fabrizio. We already got the YouTube compilations dropping, so it's damn near official, if you ask me. Yeah, big up, Jim. He's going to continue developing at Hajduk until 18, apparently, says Ashwara. Big up, Ashwara. How you doing? Big up. Good to see a new name in the chat. Yeah, hopefully Jim's doing all right. Big up just Jim and Kate. Ravi, big up Jacob. It was good to see you on Staffy's show with Hussam and crew. It was a great show. Absolutely. Big up Staffy for having me on. We're working on building up that American audience, trying to get the American content creators big, up on the board with some of the big boys. And to be able to share the screen with some of those guys, it was absolutely a pleasure. So it was good to see you there as well, Ravi. Big up, showing the love. I always appreciate that. Hopefully this guy works out for Spurs. Yeah, but it looks like it won't be anytime soon. That's allegedly what we're seeing. Because, look, I'll go and show you what I saw. And I'm sure y'all all seen it. Because everybody probably seen it, really. Let's look at this. Share this tab. Blam. Chris Callan. It is likely that Vušković will remain at Hajduk Split and will join Tottenham when he's 18 years old in February 2025. So that's per Chris Callan. And he has some people who would be privy to this knowledge. But look, there he is with the head bandaged up, bleeding. He don't care. I would like him right now, maybe a little bit, just because you got Perisic here. In 2 years, we're not going to have Perisic hanging out in the locker room. Maybe it'd be nice to have. I don't know. What do y'all think in the chat? Let me know. I'll catch up in just a minute. Again, if you have any questions or anything and you don't want to super chat, just hit it with a Q. Put a Q and then dash and then have your topic that you want to discuss. That'll help me see it when I'm rolling through the chat here. But big up Steady as Shark as well as in the house. We seem to have a history with Croatian players, so it wouldn't surprise me if players like Modric put in a good word for us. Big up Luka Modric. Hey, I remember when we got Gareth Bale on loan and they asked him about it and he was like, no, I'm too old to play there now. They wouldn't want me. And I remember being like, I still want you. And then he went on to win a freaking Champions League. So riddle me that. Talk to me nicely. Dub Shaman. Yo, Jacob. Big up Spurs peeps. We are buying excellent young players. So exciting. I don't know about excellent young players. I haven't seen them, so I don't know if I would say excellent, Dub Shaman. What I would say is excellent profile of a player. The defensive profile I'm seeing on this kid versus what we've had, I kind of like what I'm seeing. Yeah, he's 6'4", Adrian. Talk to him nicely. Ravi says because of his age, will Spurs loan him out? It looks like that's the occasion that we are doing here. I don't know. Like I was saying, what do y'all think in the chat? Do you want him now? Give me my cookies now? Or do you want to wait and hope that the cookie's sweeter later? For me personally, I want the cookie now. Big up Cursor says like secure. Big up Jacob. Big up Cursor. NA Beer Talk. Afternoon, Jacob. North American Beer Talk? Is that what that stands for? I don't know. Big up Beer Talk. DeFarsher has a goal from his own half in his Welcome to Spurs video. Did we tweet it? Did we tweet it? We didn't tweet it. We didn't tweet nothing. What are you talking about? Oh, in the compilations, the YouTube comps, if that's what you mean. Okay, I was about to woohoo. I saw this DeFarsher, this comment. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Did we tweet it? Is it official? Oh, you scared me, DeFarsher. Big up Kaylee Davis, YouTube chat member in the house. I'd like to know what Perisic thinks of the kid. I'd like Perisic to take the kid under his wing and teach him a thing or two about being world class in your position. Chelsea Blue and Blues in the house. Smash the likes. Big up Moondog. Big up, buddy. How you doing? Good evening, Jacob. Good evening, Moondog. Good to see you here. Hope you've had a great weekend. Good to see you, Moondog. This kid will be about 7 foot if he keeps growing. He's only 16. He could potentially grow for another 9 years. Think about that. He could potentially grow for another 9 years. Hit that like. Get that free beer, says Beer Talk. Do as Beer Talk says. Hit that like up. We're still on 41 likes and 57 votes. So I don't know what's going on here. No one wants to like the video except 42 of y'all. So shout out to 42 of y'all that liked the video. I appreciate that. Hit the Bar says 6'4" 16. What are we doing? Starting a basketball team? Jesus, he could end up at 7 foot. I mean, think about it. You foul someone out right outside the box. They're lining up for a free kick. You put a fucking wall in front of them. 7 foot to 6'4" wall with Ashley Phillips, Van de Veen, and him. Jesus Christ. You ain't kicking over that. Come on now. Cal, newest YouTube member. Born in 2007 and already has a Wikipedia page. Good God. I mean, I didn't have no Wikipedia. I had a MySpace page in 2007. I think I just started a Facebook page. I think we were all transitioning to Facebook in 2007. I feel old. I do feel old. John G. Croatians call him the next Messi center back. No joke. John, I don't Who calls him a messy center back? That's hilarious. I've never heard that used to describe a man, at least in the center back. Like I've heard, like Brian Hill, they said, he's supposed to be the Spanish Neymar or whatever, but I've never heard no messy center back. That's hilarious. Big up Moon Dog. Who is this guy? It says RC Racing Goat. If you're the goat of racing RCs, big up. It's a Croatian kid. It looks like it's a Croatian kid. I'm 10 minutes behind in the chat. Yeah, big up Kate. Everyone, big up Kate and Jim. Everyone show some love. Alan 10-inch Sibley's in the house. Big up Alan every single time. Good evening, Jacob, and all in the chat. Big up Alan Sibley. How you doing, sir? Hope you've had a great weekend. Rich says, big up Jacob, listening to you on my way back to London. Travel safe, Rich. Big up another YouTube chat. A lot of YouTube chat members in the house. Big up. How we all doing on a fine Sunday? Big up, Rich. Hope you're traveling safe. Probably by train, I'm assuming. I could be wrong. Big up, Nita. How are you doing? Says, hi, all. Hope you've all had a good day. I love my Hotspur. I love my Hotspur too, Nita. Big up. Found a love for them many moons ago, long before technology. My grandkids keep me hip. They know I am Tottenham till I die. Big up, Nita. You don't need your grandkids to keep you hip. You are here. You are hip. You are here. You are what's happening, Nita. So big up. Glad to see you here, Nita. Hope you're having a great weekend. I love that you've been following them for so long. And I've seen you in the chat quite a few times, Nita. So big up to yourself as well for always being here, showing support to other Tottenham Hotspur fans, even those across the entire globe. Big up, Nita. Hope you're keeping well. Thunder Wolf says he hasn't played this season except for a couple of friendlies because he was being prepared for a transfer. Interesting. I didn't know. I was looking. Well, here, let's go ahead and let's all look. So in this, I don't know what to believe from this because I don't know what it is. I don't know what H&L is. I don't know what league that is. I don't know what this one is either. There's not much. There's not much. Maybe this was. I don't know how it works, Thunderwolf. Keep me updated though, and let me know. Because I don't know anything about this kid, admittedly, and I need to know more. I would like to know more. Especially, I'd like to know more about the deal. So if anyone sees some like breaking news on Twitter, obviously I'm not on Twitter right now. I'm just on my bookmarks. But there might be like some updates coming. I don't know. Legaldinho. He's 16. Can't move to another league until 18. Well, Legaldinho's in the house. And in their name is legal. So I feel like you would know the legalities of this situation better than I would. So I'm not going to claim to know what another young man can do legally. But Legaldinho is here to tell us legally. Better hope his growing slows down. Only goalkeepers are past 6. Bro, if he's 7 foot, maybe he's our striker. Maybe we just train him to be a striker. And we just have a 7-foot Zlatan. That'd be a lot of fun. Wayne Bonner, what's the fee? I have no idea. I have zero idea. I'm scrolling through Twitter vehemently at this moment. But right now what I'm seeing is it appears... Oh, I just saw the video of his goal from the half mark. Oh, keeper, what a loser. What a banger. The man booted it. He is absolutely humongous. He's bigger than the manager. It's like a bunch of little kids hugging him. Wow. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen the video, go to United Spurs of America, Spurs of A on Twitter, and look at my likes. Go to our profile and look at the likes. I just liked it. And he scored it from... well beyond from behind the... Wow, that was nice. Oh, there's another highlight of him tackling a guy. He does. He looks like a grown man playing with young children. What's going on here? This is cool. This is pretty cool. I'm excited about this kid. That's exciting. I like the profile. I very much like the profile. I'm seeing some people dig up a dirt. I guess he got a yellow card in the penalty box on a bad tackle. But you know what? He's 16 years old. Let the kid make some mistake. I don't know what the fee is. I haven't seen anything yet. People keep me updated. Maybe y'all know. John G, we aren't going to get him until 2025. He stays where he is 2 more seasons. Been confirmed. It is confirmed per John G. So there we go. Pre-contract agreement. He's staying at Split until he's 18. So a 2-year loan back. A little cheeky 2-year loan. There you go. Wonder if Perisic will be heading back there at the end of the season or January as a sweetener for the deal or something. Does Perisic have ties to this club? What was his original Croatian club? Let's look. Let's look. I wonder. Let's see. Show more. So I don't see that club in his history here. So in 2006 it was Sochaux. I don't know how to say that. And then KSV Roeselare. So he didn't come from there or anything necessarily. I don't know. What do y'all think? Let me turn this background music down a little bit. It's kind of a little loud. Let's see. Where am I in the chat? Wilton McDonald, big up Wilton. I like the idea of us buying all these young players, but I hope it's not a club signing because we know what happens when they are bought without the manager's consent. I would imagine that he had a say in this, that this is the right... I mean, this profile matches the Ashley Phillips, so if he had a problem with this one, I would assume the Ashley Phillips, which... all indicators say that he likes Ashley Phillips' situation. He's been on the bench over Eric Dyer, so I would say that he definitely had something to do with it. Wilton, big up. Good for being here. The Americanka's in the house. It's pronounced Hajduk. Big up, Americanka. Our resident Croatian correspondent. Always hitting me with... Go check out the Americanka, by the way, if you haven't already. Go check out that channel. Great travel blog. Out there in Croatia. So I trust everything you say, Americanka, and whatever you say is going to be officially official. So hope you know that. Anything you say, I'm going to take it as official word, official doctrine. Thunderwolf says the fee is bigger than 10.4 million. That is for sure because Fabrizio Romano said it's a club record fee for Hajduk. Interesting. Very interesting. I would like to see the final shakedown. But you know what? I don't mind. We're dropping a little cute bag on a young kid that's highly sought after. As we saw in the earlier tweets I was showing, 5 different big clubs were in after him, including PSG, and he chose us. So let's think about that. Surely this new signing is enough of yet another strong message to Eric Dyer that it was not even needed. Yeah, I mean, keep telling him. Keep making the message known to the guy, right? The Americanka. Also, I've been to Hajduk Dynamo games. They're crazy. So he must have that BDE to play them so young. Well, there you go. Again, the resident Croatia correspondent, the Americanka's in the house, informing us. Honestly, I've seen some videos of the atmosphere at these Croatian games. I've seen also on European nights some of these atmospheres. A little intimidating. And if you're 16 years old, you absolutely have to be, you absolutely have to have that BDE. And I guess he's got it. You know what? And I like it. I wish it wasn't 2 years, though. I know everyone's saying it's official, the 2 years thing. I wish it wasn't. I wish I would like him to come in now. Why not? Start playing with us. But you know what? If it's legally or if it's like part of the deal, then it is what it is, and I will accept it. But, you know, I just want him here a little bit sooner. That's all. Just a girl who loves Spurs. Sorry, Jacob, to spam your chat with the details, but was asked what happened. No worries, Kate. You're always welcome to talk about whatever you want in my chat. You know that. In Vušković's debut for Hajduk against Dynamo, he was the best Hajduk player. Interesting. See, okay, so I think I know now where the 2 votes. I'm thinking it was Americanka, and it was... I think it's Americanka and Thunderwolf. That's who I think voted for in the poll. I watched him plenty and he's quality. So big up. Big up. I did want to make that option there for those of you who might know who this kid is. Future Mandzukic, Wagwan favorite rival. Hope you had a nice weekend. Hey, big up, Adam. Chelsea fan, I believe. Big up, Adam127 Soldier. Hope you're keeping well. Hope you had a nice weekend as well. My friend, big up. Happy Sunday. Going to be a grind waiting for him to arrive. Patience is the key, says Donovan. But I'm American. I want my cookie now. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. As I understand it, Vušković's father is the youth team coach at Hajduk Split. Interesting indeed. The plot thickens, Defarsher. There we go, having a little conversation between my two Croatian correspondents. Guernsey Spurs Glenn. Hi, Jacob. It's great news as City and PSG wanted him in March, I think. Yeah, I was looking at the tweet back in April, Guernsey, that PSG were working on it, City were working on it, and then we came in and we got it. So come on. Never mind, thought he was a striker for no reason. Thunderwolf supports Hajduk. So whatever Thunderwolf says, we have to take it as value, right? I didn't know what Hajduk was before today, and you support Hajduk. So thank you for coming in here and educating me on the club you support. That means a lot to me because honestly, if it's not for fans like you going around and educating people, how would I know? How would I know it's pronounced Hajduk? Hajduk. That's really bad. Always want cookies now. Oh, yeah. It's not an official video. A tweet says, yeah, I was looking. Y'all made me look. Non-alcoholic. I gave up alcohol a good while back. Health reasons. Hey, man, stay healthy. Stay true to yourself. Your body is your temple, my friend. Zapur. I hate to say, but I think he's going to be too tall and too slow. Nah, he's going to be a beast. He's going to be a beast. Watch. Maybe. I hope so. He also played in a Hajduk friendly against Schalke when he was 15 and scored there. So far, what can the kid not do? Thunderwolf, if you have any like cons that you have on the kid as well, please let me know. I would like to know. Van de Veen is 6'4" and he's not slow, says Moondog. Talk to him nicely, Moondog. Yeah. Talk to him nicely. At this rate, we're going to have a Croatian crouch, says Milton Nobrega. Interesting. Good morning, sir. Out there in Australia. Hope you keep him well. He's 16, bossing the U19s about. Give him a year, he'll be bossing the U21s. And seniors, we can wait like we did with Udogi. So Defarsher's okay waiting for the young kid to arrive. For me, I want him now. Look, there you go. I want him now. I want him to come to Tottenham right now. That's just me. Is being crazy tall a good thing for a footballer, apart from goalkeepers, that is? I would say I like height in my center backs. I like height in my sixes, and I like height in my goalkeeper and strikers. Now the rest, you probably don't want too much height. That might actually hinder you. I don't know. But for me, yeah, I think it can be a really good thing. Van de Veen's very large. And look at, everyone said it. Everyone was worried about his aerial stats. But he's been perfect, damn near in the Premier League. So is Romero. But he ain't that tall either. I don't know. It's interesting. Hydration Nation, go ahead and pause one time for the cause. Big up, Kate. Hit the bar. He's 16. Leave him at home with his family. Bit young to up the stick to up sticks. Move to a new country. Let him develop over there, says Hit the Bar. So everyone wants the kid to develop comfortably at home with his family, like a good family man. And maybe I'm being impatient about wanting him to play for Spurs already. That could be very true, what's going on here. Ian Ferguson, this is much welcome news after watching the Bengals game. I don't know what's going on. I ain't kept up with none of the NFL today. C. Sherman, Greece was playing. I started the show when halftime started, but they're up 2-0. So big up Greece, national team. Hellas. Didn't Luka's brother get caught on the juice a couple years ago? Who? Luka who? HNL is the first Croatian league. Okay, so there we go. Getting some knowledge here. Getting some knowledge on this young man. Interesting. Big up Thunderwolf. I appreciate you being here. Today is Grandparents' Day, apparently. So big up all grandparents out there. Big up Wilton. I didn't know that, but big up all grandparents indeed. DeFarsher says 12.5 mil pounds for the fee, I think. You dog goat. You dog goat. It's you goaty. You goaty surely is better than you dog goat. I don't know. I'm not telling you how to write your screen name. Can't believe how many footballers are in his family. Brother, cousin, father, grandfather, and grandfather all played for Hajduk. That's interesting because I always say when I remind people to humbly and kindly ask you to hit a like on the video and hit option in the poll. When I ask that, I also say, and also go ahead and share this video with your mother, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, your sister, your cousin. And it seems like he's taken that, really, the whole family's taking that approach here in regards to playing for Hajduk. So big up. I didn't know that all them people play for Hajduk. All of the Vuškovićes, apparently. Watch it closely. He is said to be left-footed, yet took the penalty with his right. Looks very two-footed. Interesting. Perisic was from Hajduk. You just didn't press show more a second time. Is that true? Let's go. Show more. No, this is, and then it says show less. I didn't know he played for Wolfsburg, though. That's funny. See, it says show less. It says no more. This is the very end. You dough goat. Perisic has ties with Hajduk. It just doesn't show on SofaScore because he didn't play a senior game. Okay, there we go. I guess if I just read the damn comments, it might answer my own questions there for myself. But big up Thunderwolf. Look at that. Spent 6 years in their youth, apparently. Here we go. Everyone's letting me know. Perisic was linked with Hajduk split last window. Interesting. The plot is thickening, y'all. Y'all are in real time for me. Y'all sound like y'all already knew this, but in real time for me, the plot is thickening. Let's see here. Perisic played for Hajduk during his youth career. That's what I'm hearing. I think that's the club Perisic followed as a kid, says Milton. I'm getting an education here today. Legal Dino. I've been to Croatia a few times. Food there is nuts. They have Coca-Cola flavored Tic Tac. What the fuck? Not surprised they produce giants. I've never been. I would love to go. Seems like a lovely place. The craziest atmosphere is in Serbia and Bulgaria. Interesting. Is that where the Red Star Belgrade is? Is Bulgaria? I remember seeing that on the Amazon Prime. Absolutely insane stuff. Seeing that on the Amazon Prime when they were playing there. Let's see here. Oh, just got a super chat from the Americanka herself. Says, what's your opinion on some international performances like Richarlison, Decky, etc.? Well, the Richarlison thing, let's talk about it. The Richarlison thing, to me, big up the Americanka for the super chat. First super chat of the day. Big up. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I guess for me, the Richarlison thing, like, I've always said he's either the most unlucky footballer in the history of the sport or he's just not good enough. And honestly, time and time again, he's proving the latter to be true rather than the aforementioned. Because honestly, the guy, I watched the highlights from Brazil, obviously watched Neymar get the highest scoring, or he got the goal scoring record. The Harry Kane, he's now the Harry Kane of Brazil, basically. So I saw that. And then, of course, going around was the Richarlison clip. Now, dear God, oh my God. Like, if you watch the highlights, I'm remembering now how it happened. It's just like he fell over after he shot it because he knew how awful it was. Honestly, like, words can't put it into... I don't even know how to vocalize how bad this man is and how down on confidence he is right now. Richarlison has been absolutely booty cheeks. Let's call it right. He's been booty cheeks for us. And now he's showing that. Oop, stop sharing that. And now he's showing that for the national team. Now, again, that was one of the things we said where, he plays good for Brazil. So, like, he has to come good, right? That's kind of like what we were saying. But once again, it just proves that that's not the case. I just don't think he's good enough. He's down on his confidence. And if he's a guy that we, again, have to put more time into hoping he comes along well, that's just not good enough. I feel bad for the guy, seeing him cry. Like, obviously, like, as a human, I have empathy for him. I'm not Jeffrey Dahmer. But at the same time, as a fan of the club he plays for, I'm like, dude, you just got to be better. Like, if I see Eric Dyer crying, I'm going to be like, damn, bro, I'm sorry to hear that. But remember when you were laughing how we were losers. I would say remember, Richarlison, who you are. Maybe you need a little break. Maybe he needs a little vacation. I know he just got back. I don't know. I don't know what to do for Richarlison. The man is down bad. Long season ahead. Long season ahead. I think that he could definitely pull it through, but not looking good. Now, apologies for that. Needed some water. My throat was drying up. In regards to Decky Kulusevski, he did get the goal. He did get the goal yesterday. Let me check when that was. Let me check. That was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they played Gibraltar. No, Estonia. He had a goal and an assist. Wow. Wow. Good job, Kulusevski. Very good performance. And I think his formation, he plays, well, it looks like he played primarily on the right wing. So I guess he can do it on the right wing. Just not for us. What's going on here? I don't want to be too harsh. Good job on the kid. Again, he's young. Young kid. Needs to be better. Hopefully he can be better. Looks like he's not missing a beat so far. Now, did he play, when was that? So he's only played one match so far. 1 goal, 1 assist. Can't be mad about it. Cannot be mad about it. 10 crosses, though. 3 of them were accurate. 30% crossing accuracy. So he's hoofing balls into the box. And 3 out of 10 will get there. That's not the greatest conversion rate. But dribble attempts, 4 out of 5. That's not bad. Ground duels, 7 out of 9. So he's winning the ball for Sweden as well. I wasn't watching the Sweden match because I think at the time I was doing a live stream for Korea versus Wales. So I missed this one. But yeah, seems like Kulusevski had a pretty decent little game. I hope he continues to build on that and does it for us as well because we need it. We need it. We absolutely need it. And I think he feels the pressure too. We got Brendan Johnson breathing down his neck, and not in the fun way, but in the might be coming for your job way. Big up Americanka. Thank you for that super chat. Nita says, been watching the rugby. Love sports. My list is long. Football will never die for me no matter. Tottenham till I die. Don't watch me. Always in your face for my Tottenham Hotspur. Big up. Big up, Nita. Love the support you have here on the channel. Damn, already scored in a quarterfinal of a cup competition too. This kid's on one, I guess. This kid is on one. We've been sleeping on this kid. Hey, Future Music. Hey, Jacob and chat. We pick the grapes now, but the wine isn't ready until next year. Come on, you Spurs. What a great way to say that. Big up, Future Music. Hope you're keeping well, my friend. Good to see you here as well. Let's see. Big up, Jaw Dank in the house. Big ups to the young guy. Big up to yourself, sir. Steak is in the house. Big up, Steak. Big up, Jake Kismat as well. Thunderwolf, I think his biggest con is that he's very aggressive and dives into tackles, which lead him to conceding a penalty in the final of the Youth Champions League final. Yeah, okay, so that was the clip that I saw. But honestly, I saw some guy calling him out. I was like, he's so awful, and then showed that clip. But, like, he's 16 years old, and he showed, to me, a lot of tenacity and fight within that clip. Yeah, he made a mistake, but sometimes as a young man, you got to go out there and make a mistake in order to learn and figure out what's best to do. So, personally, not upset about it. Good to see him with that fire, you know. Good to see him with that fire. I want to see players like that. I like to see that personally. Zapur says 6'1" to 6'4" is a great height for center backs, but he's already at the top of that range. I don't know. Don't worry, Zapur. You're worried that this man is going to be too tall, but don't worry. He's going to be just right. I already know. Jacob, will this young lad get minutes? No. We're going to be loaning him back out, apparently, is what it looks like. Much to my chagrin. We will be loaning him immediately back out, is what it looks like. Big up to the 63 of y'all who have liked the video. 85 votes. So over 20 of y'all do not want to like the video, but do want to vote in the poll. That's perfectly fine. You can live your life in the way you see fit. I would just encourage you to go ahead and help this channel grow, help this channel's videos perform decently. by hitting that like. Helps us fight the algorithm. Every YouTube content creator is going to ask for that. But right now with 85 votes, 44% says, I don't know him, but I love him already. And that is A-okay with me. 21% says, who the fuck is that guy? 31% says, anyone better than Dyer. So second place is anyone better than Dyer. And then 5% says watched him plenty and he's quality. So now 5% of y'all have watched him and you do believe that he is quality. So big up the 5% of you. Cal Agent says, can only see his height as a good thing, surely, but don't call me Shirley. You're a constant threat from set pieces, attacking and defending wise. Very well said. When you look at the fact that of every corner, everyone always pushes their big center backs into the box. When you have a corner, this man's built for it. Luka brother got done for drugs and got banned. Okay, I don't care. It ain't him. It ain't him. Big up my brother Jacob, aka King Biscuit Boy. I've never heard anyone call me the King Biscuit Boy, but I like biscuits. Fuck it. Big up Howie. How you doing? How we doing? Jacob, what tunes you playing on the cello? I don't play the cello, Ravi. I do not play the cello. This next comment that's my wife's cello, and it's there for aesthetic purposes because this is her studio as well. What the fuck is this? The one person who's watching on Twitch is some damn bot spamming me. What the hell? Alexander Hilton, look at the last team in the sofa score for Perisic. I think we already did that. Perisic also announced that he is going to come back to Hajduk once. Okay, so we're all putting it together here. Angel bring in who he likes, says Hansi G. Big up Hansi G. Red Star is Serbia. Okay, so that's the one. That's the one. No, Americanka, if you super chat, again, anyone who super chats, I'll get to it straight away. If not, I'm just going to keep going back down through the chat, how I've seen it. But big up Americanka, appreciate your support. Red Star Belgrade is Serbia, my American friend, says Howie. Big up Americanka corrected me as well. That was absolutely, and it looked violent. I actually like felt scared. If I was just like did my job, what I did as a man, which was like a videographer, producer. So I would travel with the club and go to the matches and you record your club and then you edit video of it. Honestly, that's one of those situations where like I don't know if I'd feel safe. I'd probably have to tell my boss like, do we have security? Security? Hello? Anybody? It looks scary, man. Mile High Hotspur, my homie. Awesome news coming from Tottenham today. Don't know him, but I love him already. There you go, Mile High Hotspur. Don't know him either, but I do love him already. Turkey has a crazy atmosphere at their games. I have heard that. Shout out to Galatasaray fans. Whenever we announced Ndombele and Sanchez to Galatasaray, we had quite a few Turkey fans coming in here and telling us what's what. I liked it. It was a lot of fun. Vušković is similar talent ID to Josko Vardiol. I'll take it. Czech has a lot of talent. Just need the right training path. Big up Joss Singh. Big up. New name in the chat. Let me know where you're tapping in from. Appreciate you coming in, educating me. That's what this is all about. And I appreciate you tapping in as well. Big up yourself. And welcome. Hello, I'm Jacob. Hansi G. Richie needs to grow up, get back to the basics. He thinks he's awesome, but really he's a guy that Ainge and Tottenham don't need, says Hansi G. Yeah, I just feel bad for the guy, man. I feel like awful seeing him sit there crying like that. He looked like Gabriel Jesus crying. Hit the bar says Eastern Europe has a lot of untapped talent. This is a guy, Jack Kinnicky from the Irish Hotspur often says this as well. So I trust him. And as soon as I saw we were signing a guy whose last name ended in IC in the itch, Jack Kinnicky's a big itch fan. He loves the itches. So I trust his judgment there. Americanka says, in regards to Richarlison, I feel bad. Whoa. I feel bad for him too, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad, but like Shirley, but don't call me Shirley. As a business and a corporate, like we have to just move on. We have to just keep looking forward. You have to. Like we have no time, I think, in what we're building to sit here and like hold a grown man's hand, hold his hand through the fire. Like, nah. Kanye West wrote that song Through the Wire for a reason. You need to listen to that song from Kanye West when Kanye was good. Right down through the wire. That's such a great song. I'm not going to butcher it on live or get the copyright strike because I sing it so well. But yeah, I feel bad for him. But come on, man. You got to fight through that adversity. You got to be stronger because of it. Fight right down through the wire, man. just like Kanye said. Howie, I think Richie would look in the Arabian desert. Maybe you meant something else. Confidence is clearly shot to pieces, says Kyle L. Agent. Wasn't even a year ago he was scoring world-class goals in the World Cup. Feel so bad for him. Happy to give him a year underage, but fans are clearly losing patience. Yeah, I mean, he's clearly going to get his time here. It's just, I don't care, man. If Sonny's bagging hat tricks, I ain't got no time to worry about this grown man's tears. I don't mean to be a dick, but that's just how I see it. Kulu is a different kettle of ginger than Richie. Interesting. That video of Dyer I like how you spaced it out like it's a curse word. You're going to get banned in the chat for talking about Dyer. The video of Dyer has scarred you. It has, emotionally. But now I look at it and laugh. And I laugh just in the same way that he laughs. You know, we're losers, right? I laugh at him now because he's nowhere near the 18 deservedly. And it's so much fun. Yeah. Don't like Dyer. Højbjerg scored 2. He's 2-2. Two goals in 2 matches, Americanka. 2-2. The Højbjerg, he can't be stopped. He said, put me back on the map, sir. Put me back on the map. Now, I did make this comparison yesterday. It was a little shameless. I'm comparing Rice. I said he's $105 million Højbjerg. They didn't like that. Nobody liked that when I said Declan Rice is $105 million Højbjerg. They didn't like that, but shout out Højbjerg. Keep doing your thing, Viking. Hit the bar. Apparently Saudi's going to go in for Salah again in January. If not successful, they're going to go for Richie. I did have a little bit of business on that that I wanted to show y'all as well. I don't know if y'all did see this, but let's go ahead and share it. So Richarlison was the subject of some late interest by Al Ittihad on deadline day from the Saudi Pro League after they failed to land Mohamed Salah. So Richie did garner some interest there from Saudi. So maybe in January that's something we could be looking at. I don't know. But if they offered 60, I'm licking it up like I'm a thirsty dog on a hot summer day. They offer 50, I'm licking it up like a dog on a hot summer, whatever I said before. Come on now, talk to me nicely. I would do it. Well, would you do it? Let me know would you do it. Also, I want to say real quick, shout out. We're almost on an hour. Big shout out. There's over 95 of y'all in the house tapping in. We're almost breaking that 100 viewer mark. So that to me, again, puts the goal. I hope that we could get 100 likes on this video. So if you are watching on playback, big up yourself right now. Hope you are well. Happy Sunday or Monday or whatever. Big up. Hope you're doing well. But hit that like if you don't mind. Let's get over 100 likes. I see 92 votes, so we can get damn near close. Phil Coy's in the house, part of the Romero army, tapping in with me tonight. Big up, Phil. How you doing? Come on. Christian Romero. Phil, I hope you're watching right now because I need you to look at the screen. This is how my face looks when you're here. This is how I look at the screen when I see Phil is in the house. This is how I smile upon the comments when I see Phil is in the house. Let that marinate with you for a little bit. Talk to me nicely. Let's see. Nick, big up Barry in the house. Please come in for Richie in January. Take Dyer with you. Buy one, get one free. Come on now. Get you a handful. At one of those here. We'll open the bag of players. Just dig on in there and you can grab a couple with you. Take them on your way out. Hansi G, Richie needs to go back to the basics. Stop sulking. Plus grow up. He thinks he's good, but he really isn't that good. He is a guy that Ainge and Tottenham don't need. Big up Hansi G. What I would say is he's gotten tatted up like a grown-ass man, but when you're sitting there crying and your tears are running down your tattoos because you're not performing well, I would say buck up. Buck up, sir. If this was back in the 80s, the 90s, when I was a kid, they'd smack you upside the head and say, boy, men don't cry. Don't show no emotion. Get up on that horse and get back to right. They don't say that. We don't all have horses in Texas. For any of y'all who are curious about that, but yeah, man, he just needs to grow up. Needs to man up a little bit, in my opinion. Or woman up. Women are just as strong. C. Sherman, Brendan Johnson is going to take someone's job in the next few weeks. That's my double barrel, triple dog lock of the season. Big up C. Sherman with the double dog, triple barrel lock of the season. Brendan Johnson is going to take someone's job. Someone's job is definitely getting snatched up by the young man. You have to believe that. I believe it personally. I'll go ahead and star that one. Big up Americanka. I will star that and we'll bring it up at the end. Again, if anyone has questions, just hit a question like that. And I'll bring it up at some a free way to do a super chat, basically. Daniel E, good for the future, but he's not going to be playing till about 2025. I want to hear news about defenders signing to come and help this team in January, not in 2025. Daniel, I said I want him now. He's Croatian. We have a Croatian god. No, not a god, but we have a Croatian goat. We have a Croatian goat just waiting to help him, to guide him, to teach him. Let him learn underneath him. Come on now. Bring him in now. That's how I feel, Daniel E. Bring him in now. I don't need to see him play. I don't need to see him on the bench. Well, bring him in now. Let's let the boys' eyes adjust to the bright lights. That's how I see it. But then there's also people like in the chat who are saying they think that let him stay another year, keep growing, developing, doing what he's doing is better for his development, etc. I hear you. I see you. But selfishly, impatiently, and personally, give him to me now. Remember Ed Too Tall Jones from the Cowboys? Yes, I do, Howie. Absolutely, I do. The wine may be ready this year, but it may not be vintage blend. Oh, very, very poignant. King Biscuit Boy comes from your discussion last week about popping fresh biscuits. I do recall. That was with Kuva and I think Paul, and no one knew what the hell I was talking about. Only the Americans. Pillsbury, they come in these cans and the biscuits, and then you open them, and then they pop, and then you take the biscuits out and you put them on the baking sheet. That's how. Anyway, I'm not going to break down the biscuits. Psychedelic Shallon's in the house. Big up, Jacob. What you saying, bro? Do you think Spurs will finish top 4 this season? Will United and Arsenal? United's already bottling it. I know they think Sofian Amrabat's going to come in and be their savior. And while he is a very high-quality player, I would take at Tottenham. One man can't turn around. I think Ten Hag's done. I think Ten Hag is absolutely done. Big up Drula. Says big up Jacob and Peeps. Big up, big up. Big Shugs in the house. He's getting paid well, guys. He'll be fine. I guess in regards for Charleston. Sorry, I just got super distracted. My son, I just started hearing him cry. I heard a bonk on the wall and now hearing him cry. So that was a little bit distracting. Hope he's okay. Text my wife real quick. Make sure he's all good. Sorry about that. Big Shugs in the house. He's getting paid well, guys. He'll be fine. Yeah, dry your tears with those $100 bills is what I tell the rich people a lot. Personally. Love you always. Learning that always sound of blackness. Big up, Nita. I don't know what this means, but I appreciate you loving on the channel, and I love you back. Psychedelic Shallon. Will City crumble this season, or will they win the Prem and Champions League? City, they're on target to win it all. They should do a treble, a triplet repeat of whatever they did last season. They should do. The expectations are there. You spend nearly $100 million on Josko Vardiol. You got Jeremy Doku, a girthy forward whom I wanted. Okay, you got a lot of people, Kovacic off of who Chelsea ruined. So there's a lot of signings for City to say, yeah, you should do. I mean, Gundogan, I know he's gone. I know Kevin De Bruyne is out injured. But they'll be all right. They'll be all right. Hansi G. Tottenham paid $60 million for this guy, not for his tears. Where the hell is his talent? We won't get $10 million for him now. Maybe we'll get 25, 30 from a Saudi club. We might be able to. Thunderwolf says, big up Thunderwolf. Glad to see you here chiming in, hitting us with a lot of facts tonight about the new kid on the block. The new kid on the block. This young man right here. Yeah, I definitely hear my son crying. He's upset. Says, I'm not sure about if this is true or not, but I heard like about a week ago, that Vušković deal was already done, but Tottenham were trying to find a club to loan him out to, so he might not go to Hajduk on loan. Interesting indeed. The plot keeps thickening here live on air, so if you are here enjoying the journey with me while I learn about this young man and learn about what the hell's going on, we're learning a lot. And apparently his brother got in trouble with drugs, but I don't care. Saudi can do one. They should climb into the bin, leave Salah alone. I was like, why? Why did you want him to come get Richarlison? Oh, but it's because, yeah, I forget that you're a Liverpool fan. That's right. Take 20 mil for Richie, says Alexander. Me too. Psychedelic Challenge, fresh offer for Richarlison. 1.5 million to the pigeon coop. Big up, Nita. Phil Coys, love that, Jacob. Oh yeah, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you looked at the screen when I asked you to, Phil. Part of the Romero army. You never faltered. This is a great question, Psychedelic Shaman. I will start. Don't know if I can ever answer it though. Music I love, Sound of Blackness, Real Tunes. Oh, maybe that's a band or something. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a band I ain't heard of. It's sad watching England play. It was boring just watching them play backwards. Madison was lost. No one passed him the ball. Southgate ball sucks. I don't watch Southgate ball. It's like watching Greg Berhalter ball. It's just watching a man ruin talent. But I would say Southgate is an even bigger of a criminal than Greg Berhalter. Now, not because of the legalities around Greg Berhalter kicking his wife back in 1990 or whatever. I'm talking about, as a manager, the amount of talent that Southgate has. And I guess this is a good time to bring up this question from Americanca. It says, how do you feel about Southgate ball? So I'll go ahead and rant a little bit about it. I think it's boring as hell. I think he's a loser. And I think he's not doing a good job of managing all the vast amounts of talent around him. He's got so much talent around him. And what does he do with it? Continually selects Harry Maguire. What a loser. And Eric Dyer. What a loser. This guy plays buddy. Who was my friend and who gave me the stinky pinky in college? That's who I picked. Fucking loser, man. I can't stand it. Honestly, it's funny as an American because I don't like England national team. We had y'all in the group at the World Cup, whom you did not beat us. I mean, what's his name? Tim Ream locked up Harry Kane. Tim Ream him and Tyler Adams pocketed Harry Kane on the day. So Southgate ball can't even break down the American defense. Now, I know this ain't 1776, but this is still, y'all should have blown us out the water. Come on. Man, he's awful. He's so bad. He's so bad. If I was English, I'd be rioting. I wouldn't ever watch a match that he managed because, like, just a gross mismanagement of talent. Gross mismanagement of talent from Southgate. 100%. Very boring to watch. Psychedelic Silence says, I agree, Seven Hag is finished. Eric Ten Hog. That's a good question. I'll star that one. My money's on Poch getting the boot first. Chewy can take directions and play better than Dyer. He might, but he's deaf. But he could probably still be better than that. Another good question here from Psychedelic Shaman. Bobby Shmurda reference. Damn. See, Sherman, you're going to get it all here. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me nicely. My references, my pop culture, cultural, musical. You know I'm out here with the quotes. Talk to me nicely. There's another question from Big Shugs. Hopefully that ain't Suge Knight in prison on my live chat right now. It's very scary, but if it is, respect, sir. Don't hurt me. That's another one I'll star, sir. Big up L in the house. If Man City wins everything again, that would be so boring. It would be so boring. It's just my prediction. A very boring and lame prediction. Watching you in Chargers Dolphin game, I can multitask, says to hit the bar. You playing fantasy football? I'm talking about NFL. You playing fantasy? That's the only reason I mostly care is because I'm in a couple leagues worth some money. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Trying to get some new pair of shoes. Not really trying to get a new pair of shoes. I'm actually trying to win some money to put bread on the table and maybe get a Tottenham shirt off of DH Gate if I can swing it. Psychedelic Shaolin. What do you think so far? What do you think about Kane at Bayern? Are you still supporting him? He seems to be doing well so far. This is another hot topic that was brought up on yesterday's charity stream over on the Football Heritage TV for the British Heart Foundation. I said this, and some people didn't like it. But I originally was like, and I'm going to go full screen here because this is a serious moment. This is a serious thing I have to talk about here. So when Harry Kane left, I said, good. I hope you find what you're looking for. I hope you succeed in all the endeavors your heart desires, Mr. Harold Edward Kane. I said that. I felt it, and I meant it. But when I read what I read yesterday, I said, why are you talking about me, first of all? Second of all, keep my damn name out your mouth. I know I wasn't talking to Jacob from Texas, United Spurs of America. He didn't do none of that. But I'm talking from a Tottenham Hotspur perspective. Why are you talking about me? You're saying, oh, the standards at Tottenham were this, this, and this, and the standards here, this, this, and this. Bitch, I don't give a shit. Don't talk about me. Move on. Go search for them greener pastures you are in search of. Now, I know I'm an emotional guy, and I don't hate the man. This doesn't erase the history we have with him and all the great memories we have. But at the same time, don't sit here and talk to me about fucking standards when you ain't scoring a final. Whenever we needed you most, where were you? Yeah, you bagging 30 goals last season. That's great. But I'm talking about before that. Every final, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, when we lost to City most recently. Where the fuck were you? You didn't even score versus Ukraine and you still talking about Spurs after the match. Come on now. I understand reporters can lead you with their questions. I know how the media works. I know how journalism works. You lead them with your question. But the question wasn't leading. I saw the question. It was, how is your life, how is your adjusting to Bayern going so far? At no mention was it like, how does Bayern fare in comparison to Tottenham? They didn't lead him in that manner. They didn't do any of that. They just simply said, how are you adjusting to life in fucking Schnitzelville? And he said all what he said about Tottenham Hotspur. Why you gotta talk about me? I bid you farewell. I bid you. It's like when you break up and you break up amicably. And it's like, it's best for you, it's best for me, sucks, but like, it's all good. And then they go on Facebook like, my life sucked with that dude. He sucked. He's so smelly. His breath stank in the morning and he ain't shit. His car sucks. And like, why? Why you do that? We broke up amicably. I wished you well. You wished me well. It was a shitty goodbye video, yes. But come on now. Come on now. After those comments, it's just like, bro, I'm a Dortmund fan now. I was going to keep up with you and give a shit. But why you got to drag me through the mud just to propel where you're at and make that, like, you got to push us down to pull yourself up with where you're at now. That just don't make sense to me. It's honestly beta mentality. Now, I'm not getting into an alpha beta conversation here live on air, but what I am going to say is that's a bitch ass move. I know a lot of dudes in my past who act like that, make bitch ass moves. And guess what? There's some bitch ass motherfuckers. I know that much. I'm probably gonna get demonetized for that. I don't even care. That's just how I feel. Talk to me nicely. At least don't even talk about me, Harry Kane. Don't even talk about me. Just move on, my guy. Worry about scoring against Ukraine before you start worrying about what fucking standards are at Tottenham. Don't. I don't even know what the chat is saying right now. Y'all are probably like, fuck you, Jacob. He's a goat. I don't know. But honestly, I ain't having it. I ain't having it. Hotspur Hippies in the house. Big up. Says, I flipped on Kane after his comments. I don't mean to flip on Kane, but like, bro, what are you doing? Like, bro, what are you doing? Why is that necessary? Like, going around bad-mouthing us? For what? What does that get you? Like, you brown-nosing with the Bayern fans? Is that what you're doing? Is that really the best way you could come up with to boost yourself to the fans? Come on, man. I'm not trying to get on a big-ass Harry Kane rant, but damn it, I just can't, like... People who know me know that I'm an emotional person and I have emotional attachments, etc. But this is not an emotional attachment deal. This is just, the hell you doing, man? What is the problem here? I thought we were cool. Now all of a sudden I hear from the grapevine you talking shit. It's a bitch ass move, man. Over the last 23 years, our owners have brought disarray and disappointment. No lie. That is no lie, Nita. No lies detected here. Big up, Kate. Just don't go too full Monty, says Dermot. I don't know what full Monty, like Monty Python? Is that what you're talking about? Monty Python? Man United, no direction FC. That's a good. Paul G. Excuse me. Evening all. Hope you and Jim are okay, Kate. Yep. All well wishes to Jim and Kate. Adrian says Kane displays a complete lack of self-awareness. All right, so that's the first comment. Y'all aren't too mad at me yet about what I said about Harry Kane. Big up, Drula. Cal says, no idea if he intended it to come out the way it did, but it sounds like he got a chance at a trophy once in a decade. Like, come on, man. Yeah. And if you remember the quote, so they asked him that all came out, and then they asked Christian Eriksen. They said, is it like going to be easier to win a trophy now that he's at Bayern? And he's like, no, we were pretty close a few times at Spurs. I don't know what he's talking about. So big up Foxy. So what Jacob is saying to Kane is talk to me exactly, or don't talk to me at all. You don't have to talk to me nicely, Kane. You're gone. We don't have to talk no more. We're done. We split. Goodbye. Adios. Sayonara. Wiedersehen. But instead he's going to be like, oh yeah, he wasn't shit. I know I was with his ass for 10 years, but he ain't shit. Shut up, man. Shut your damn mouth. Stick some schnitzel in that. How about that? I don't know why. It just makes me mad. And I'm sorry if that offends anybody watching this live or on playback, but I just get like, what the hell is that for? What are you trying? Like, what is the gain there? Americanka says Team Kane. So there we go. There's one that I'm saying I'm wrong. Thunderwolf, Croatian media index reports that the deal's 14 million. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Team Kane. Maybe that's about the national duty. I don't know. That was during my rant, so you might be right. Hot take. Texas does schnitzel better than Germany. Hit up the Wiener Schnitzel and find out. Yeah, you can find out. Got a super chat here just rolled in from Rain Man. Big up Rain Man. 5 pound dono. Appreciate the emotion. Kane has shown how he has been feeling, but he didn't need to do that to Spurs. Now, Rain Man, what I will say is, first off, appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. But I will also say that, like, I hear the perspective of like, oh, well, he was shitting on the board and he didn't say anything that wasn't a lie, right? Because we're fine as long as we get top 4 kind of mentality. And this is what we've said as fans when we critique the board is, okay, our ambitions aren't there necessarily. We don't have the mindset of these larger clubs. Now, while that may be true, while my car may not be the best car, while my breath in the morning may stink in the morning, you don't have to go and tell everybody about it. We ended amicably. Now everyone knows this, that I have a shitty car, my breath stinks in the morning. But now someone who's been near and dear to my heart has opened that door and said, yeah, look right there, the shitty breath, the shitty car, there he is. It's just not nice, man. It's not even needed. It is not even needed, man. That's what I'm saying. I might be a Dortmund fan now. Talk to me nicely. Leipzig, anybody. Anybody. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a dramatic Dan. I don't know. I was going to dramatic schematic. I don't know. We expected better than Kane. He had this move. Now be quiet, says Paul G. Cussing big time, my Tottenham Hotspur fan. Yeah, I tried not to, but sometimes the emotions get in the way. I apologize, Nita, if I offended you. Interesting, I didn't know that. Sounds a bit like Hendo at Liverpool with his recent interview. Some fans weren't happy with him. I thought Kane would be more respectful to Spurs fans. No, he turned back and said, they suck. They drive a shitty car. Their breath stank. Bro, no one asked you about my breath. But you telling them about my breath. Why you got to do that? Terry Windows. Don't you open up that Terry window. How you doing? YouTube chat member in the house says, I don't even want to watch England play now because Kane's playing. That's harsh, but I don't watch it because Southgate, honestly. That's why I don't watch. I don't like Gareth Southgate. I don't trust Gareth Southgate. He's the English Greg Berhalter, but even worse than Berhalter. The Americanka, Jacob, he was here since he was a kid. He's allowed to have a moment of just venting after escaping the Spurs insane asylum. Big up, Americanka. I agree. But like you're gone. You're gone. Why you got to do that, man? he has been here since he was a kid. Just a moment of venting. Like, I get it. But, bro, no one provoked you. It was unprovoked. It's just... It made me feel like the 50 Cent meme. What'd he say fuck me for? What'd I do? I don't know. Americanka, maybe I am being dramatic. I get emotional at times. I'm not going to lie. And I get dramatic. And I always preface it. You know, like when I talk with Sava, he's like, I use reason and logic and like all this. I'm like, that's cool. I like to do that too. But I'm not going to get it twisted. I'm going to be honest. I'm biased. I love players. I love my club. I'm a sentimentalist when it comes to, I'm just a lover, man. I'm a hopeless romantic for Tottenham Hotspur. And that happens to include the players that are a part of it. So when it came to Kane and the separation, it was just like, yeah, like I said, like, sucks. But you know what? It is what it is. And I'm okay with it being what it's going to be. But like, don't turn around and tell all these people the nasty details, man. We ended nicely, I thought. We got the most value for you. You got to go where you wanted to go. All the schnitzel you can eat. What's going wrong here, guy? Zapur. The fact that Kane doesn't think it's not a disaster when Tottenham loses a few games means that his standards weren't that high and how lowly he thought of us as a club and how we're okay with losing. He's the captain. And if the mindset around the club, this is a very good point, Zapur. If the mindset around the club is it's okay to lose and you're the fucking captain, you're the leader, you're the talisman, it's your job to change that fucking standard. Instead of that, guess what? He's best friends with a guy like this.
And you guys never win anything, right? No. Right? Yeah. And you guys never.
So he's best friends. He's actually, him, Matt Doherty, and Eric Dyer were out together when that video was made, by the way. So he's okay with it. He was accepting of it. He allowed it. So in fact, these are also Harry Kane's fucking standards that he allowed, that he set. You think Cristiano Ronaldo, if he grew up in our academy and had the ambitions he had and was the kind of fighter and winner that he is, that he would have looked around and said, this is my boyhood club and y'all are okay with losing. Y'all are some losers. No, Harry Kane signed an extension and said, I'm okay golfing for another 5 years at fucking Tottenham Hotspur golf course. Unforgivable. Yeah, that's it, Jacob. He's brown nosing. Big up, Paul. I'm getting heated, y'all. This was going to be a happy stream. This was going to be a happy look at the Croatian kid we signed. Instead, y'all ask me about Kane, and I just got to let you know. Kane was literally the captain, so that meant exactly, Alex, exactly. They'll walk the league anyway, regardless if he scores 2, 42, or negative 24. Come on, Dortmund. That's all I got to say. Come on, Dortmund. Was Kane wrong with what he said? Everything he said was true. Sorry if Spurs fans don't like hearing how unambitious our football club is. Take your emotions out of it. I've said he was right, but there was no reason to. What is the reason, Daniel? If I take my emotions out and I look at it logically, what are the reasons for saying that about Tottenham Hotspur other than to shit on your previous club? I don't know. Tell me, Daniel. You clearly don't have any emotions in it, Daniel. So tell me, Daniel. What am I supposed to take away? What is the motive? When you look at any crime scene and you're looking for a suspect, you say, what's the motive? That's maybe a good place to start. So let me start with Kane. What's the motive for bringing us down to build yourself up? You really need it. Does Kane need to get on his knee pads for the German fans like that? I didn't know Kane was so easily going to just equip his knee pads and get down there and start giving it out. Come on. Take my emotions out. Obviously, I can't take my emotions out. I love my fucking club. And a guy who I loved is continually shitting on my club. I'm going to take that personally. I'm sorry if you don't like it. Go to a fucking AI channel where they'll talk about things with no emotion. I'm a human. A very passionate one. So I can't. I see your other comment where you said, clearly you can't take your emotions out of it. No. Why should I? Am I supposed to be a robot? The fuck are we talking about, Daniel? Full Monty's taking your clothes. Oh, that's a old school reference. That's a good reference. Kane looks to me like his ego is starting to grow. Shit, but he can't score versus Ukraine. Kane might be regretting his decision to move, talking about his ex, Spurs ain't all that. Maybe he's homesick. You chose to go to new girl's crib. Don't talk to me. VV13, Man United aren't no direction FC. Their direction is downhill. Kane's comments made me a Dortmund fan too, says L. Go Dortmund or Leipzig or whoever. Yeah. Spurs fans are so sensitive. Sorry. I am who I am. Kane's gonads have grown since he landed in Deutschland. Yeah, it's like his first time out of the party. You know, his first time his parents let him leave the party. Now he acting out. He acting brand new. You don't need to be acting brand new. What are we doing here? Got a star this. Comment from Kate. We'll talk about it. Been saying it, says Rich. Kane ain't the big moments player we needed. We stand more of a chance winning as a team. I don't think he will win a Champions League, and then he'll have made no difference at Bayern. I just don't care anymore. I wanted him to have his accolades and his thing. I wanted him to have it, but now I don't really care. Actually, I want Dortmund to win the league just so. Remember, you thought you were going to get this easy little layup? You thought it was a hole-in-one little putt? Think again, sir. And hopefully we win something on the tail end of that. Woosaw. Getting emotional about Kane. Didn't think that was going to happen today. The point was no one asked about Spurs. He had no reason to say what he said. Exactly, hit the bar. Exactly. I agree, Jacob. It's not looking good. He should have been respectful. Spurs did a lot for Kane. And he did a lot for us. It was a very... bro, no one forced you to sign the extension to the insane asylum, to the prison. No one forced you. You took your hand, signed on that paper per advice from your fucking brother. But now it's an insane asylum, and now we're holding him hostage. Bro, you signed the contract. Talk to me nicely. Any Spurs fan who can't get out of their emotions because he said basically what us fans think, it's laughable. Keep on laughing. I don't care, Daniel. Again, I am who I am. I am who I am. And I'm not going to take my emotions. If I take my emotions away, I wouldn't fucking care what happens with Tottenham. So, like, that's very dumb, in my opinion. It's a very dumb approach to say take your emotions out. Like, why? Why would you take... That's just silly. That's like your wife cheating on you. Take your emotions out of it, okay? I had to sleep with this other man. No, fuck that. My emotions are in this because I care, because I love you. Walter McDonald, Jacob, I am 100% with you on this. Where was he in the picture of failure at Tottenham? Check yourself, Harry Edward Kane, before you speak about the club, says Wilton McDonald. Bale was welcomed back after stopping training in 2013, so probably he... you're answering a question. The movie will explain it. What movie? Kane has spent his whole life at this crap club and kept his mouth shut his whole life. He's allowed to have a moment to just release that pent-up frustration. No one told him to shut up his whole life, and he didn't shut up. He just tried to go to City. So, like, he had that moment too. He could have spoken up at any moment. He could have not signed the contract. Bro wanted the money. I mean, I see the human aspect that, yeah, like, he should be able to release his frustration. Bro, see a therapist. Don't fucking talk to a journalist about it. Go talk to a therapist. Seek therapy. That's what I would say to Harry Kane. Kane moving like a salty ex in denial and bitter that they left their true love. I don't think he's bitter. I just think he was just like, he did the, he pulled up and was like, haha, that sucks that your car broke down later, and then just drove off and was like, bro, you ain't got to do me like that. You really ain't got to do me like that. Hotspur hippie, anybody but Bayern, fuck them. Fuck them. Derek Smith, hey, Derek, you joined. Says, good evening, Jacob. At a very auspicious moment in which I've been venting about the Harry Kane quote, which I didn't, the show was not supposed to be all that. I promise you. I didn't mean to get all in my emotions about Harry Kane neither. Making me all, fucking Harry Kane. What will Kane say if his new club doesn't win the league after 10 in a row? I know what I'll say. Hit the bar. If he got the hump with Levy, then say it. No need to disperse. Yeah, bro. Call out Levy by name. Be like, the board was the reason we suck. Bro, you were a part of the mindset. You were a part of the accepting the losses and being okay with it. You were okay with Eric Dyer publicly shaming our club as well. You were a part of that mindset, part of the loser mentality. But now he's going to say, now that I'm out of it, look at those losers over there. You were a part of it, bro. Come on, Harry Kane. Woodsy TV, big up. Hopefully soon Madison can tell him what it's like to perform in a big game for Spurs. Imagine Madison holding up a trophy before Kane gets the whole one up. That'd be interesting. What the club did to Kane is absolutely disgusting. He has every right to vent, says Ben Kaufman. That's your opinion. Question, you're complete. All right, thanks for that, Spurs Life. Jacques, big up Jacques, Herve and Marund. Hi, lads. Hope to see y'all well. Despite Kane leaving in this, at least you're on the right track to have a nice season. Hopefully. I hope we have a nice season. I do hope. Kane left because he wanted to. True, he wasn't given all the tools all the time, but he has no business mouthing off. Surprising lack of class. Says Howie. Spurs for life. Question, you're completely right. Didn't have a problem picking up over 100 mil while with us. Yeah, signing that extension, he didn't have a problem with that. He wasn't shackled and chained and, oh, we did him so wrong, fucking giving him all this money. He signed the contract, y'all. Ben, he signed the contract. And you're acting like we held him prisoner in a 3x4 room and he had one place to shit and one place to sleep. No. We took care of that dude financially. And he should be taken care of financially in that regard. But you signed the contract. You're not a prisoner. It's silly to me. Why you gotta talk about us? Just move on. Maybe he was a gooner all along. Maybe. It was a complete non-quote. Can't understand the meltdown from some fans. It's not a meltdown, Derek Smith. It's just, I don't like it. It's just offensive to me. I don't like the way he brought us down. Like, we all know the problem. You weren't a part of the solution, Harry Kane. So why are you talking about the problem that you help add to the problem? I don't understand. Big up, Jaw Dang. Who would win in a scrap versus Maguire or Dyer? Neither. They'd both call their daddy and be like, fight this fight for me. It'd be a Levy versus Southgate affair. Do personally maintain he's incredibly pissed off with the club after 2018 when him and Poch signed long-term deals within a week before that summer. No way they weren't lied to the highest extent. Bro, hire a better agent instead of your brother. It's that simple. Tottenham Hotspur as an institution has no ambition, says Ben Kaufman. Jacob, you clearly can't take your emotions out of it. No, I can't. Sorry. Let it out, Jacob. Guys. Again. Yeah, Alan, you didn't have to ask for the video. I'm not trying to get upset about this fucking Harry Kane thing, y'all. I'm really not. He's bitter. He was expecting us to be 16th, not second. Yeah. He probably looking over and he sees us smiling and playing in the sun. And he's like, damn, they weren't all happy when I was there. The video of Dyer makes me so mad. Harry Kane was right there fucking laughing along too. Maybe not laughing along. That was speculative. Psychedelic Shallon, do you think Kane could be salty that Spurs seem to be better off without him? Like CR7 left United, they started winning more games. Maybe. But I mean, it's only 4 matches in. That's not nearly enough time to start getting jealous of what we're doing, bro. There's still a long ass season ahead. Let's see here. I got a super chat coming in from C. Shearman. Says, let's make a move to retain the immaculate vibes. Big up, C. Sherman. Sorry the vibes haven't been immaculate. They started out that way talking about this Croatian kid. But yeah, they dissented. Definitely dissented very quickly. Over 115 of y'all in the house. please do hit that like one time if you don't mind. Help us fight that battle with the algorithm. See 101 likes. It's absolutely clutch. And 126 votes. So about 25 of y'all hitting the vote, but not the like. That's okay. Live the life you so choose. Again, if you agree with me, disagree with me, it's all good. I welcome it. Ben, Americanka, Daniel, I welcome diverse opinions. I welcome you to challenge me on my opinion as well. But again, I will say, like, telling me to take the emotion out of it, that's just not going to happen, bro. That's just not going to happen. Take my emotion out. Take my life, take air out of my breath. What the hell does that even mean? Like, life is filled with emotion. Embrace it. Embrace it. Embrace the immaculate vibes. I'm sorry I've been going on very long about it, but let's see. I see some of y'all replying to what I was talking about in my little spiel. Levy should have played that video to Dyer at their meeting. Yeah, he should have. Bundesliga is not the Premier League. Bayern winning is like winning a two-man race. Ben says the motive is to say what he said already. If the club matches my ambition, I will stay. But why does he need to say it? He's not even here, Ben. I'm getting upset again. He's not even here, Ben. What's up, Kuva? Kuva.
Big up, Jacob. Yeah, I was just coming on to saying I basically agree with you, buddy. And I don't understand why people are saying you've got to remove your emotion from it. Why? It's football. Isn't that what the point of football is? It's an emotional game. You're supposed to get invested in it. So
I'm emotional about my club. Yeah. I'm emotional about my players. I'm emotional every match day. So telling me to take my emotion out of it is like saying, have sex, but don't enjoy it. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, I've had that a few times, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, admittedly. Big up, Kuva. How you doing? I'm working on getting the vibes back to immaculate, but Harry Kane got brought up, and naturally I had to share how I felt because I'm very honest on this platform. This is at least where I'm honest.
Absolutely. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he just didn't need to say it, did he? He's already moved to Bayern. I think he would have. It would have been the classy move to just say nothing. Just get on with it. Win the trophies. He proves his point. It felt like a little jibe at the club in general. I mean, how can you as a fan not see it as a sort of insult against the whole club? I mean, if it and people saying, you know, call out Levy or something, yeah, perhaps as fans we might like to see that, but it's not the classy move. Classy moves just get on with your game. You're a professional, have dignity, do what he's supposed to. He's the England captain, for God's sake. He's not supposed to be basically calling owners, club owners out and stuff. That's not his role.
It's just why.
Just get on with it, yeah. It kind of tarnishes his rep a bit for me, which I don't want to do. I don't hate Kane over anything he's done. He's always going to have a place on my heart anyway. But this is just, it was needless for me. It's not his place.
It just seemed like an unnecessary stray. I get it. You want to shoot some shots at the club? Aim it at the person responsible. Aim it at the man who made the decisions that you're so upset about. Don't aim it at the mentality of the players in the locker room whom you were supposed to lead, whom it was your duty to set the example. Big up, Paul. How you doing, Paul? Man. I'm not losing my shit over here. Definitely not.
No,
sweaty.
Man. I was the same, man. When I heard the comments, I just thought, "What the fuck, dude? What are you doing? Why?" And then I thought, but you were here. You were there on the pitch, kicking the ball about, mate.
You were in the locker room when they said, "Oh, it's okay. We go again, lads." It was your time to step up and say, "No, losing 2 in a row is not okay."
Yeah.
But now you want to talk about how we're losers. Go ahead, Paul.
You know, if you take the emotion out of football, what's the point? What, 22 men kicking the ball around? There's nothing logical about it.
You better not enjoy that. You better not enjoy it. You better just look at it analytically, Paul, because God forbid you enjoy your club.
When people start talking about, oh, I'm logical, I'm not biased, bollocks to all that. I'm a Spurs fan.
I'm a fan of the sport, and I'm a fan of this club. And if my emotions aren't allowed, then what the fuck am I doing? Like, why would I care?
When I saw his words, man, it was weird. I felt personally disrespected. I mean, that is complete.
It felt like he was talking to me.
What? Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Because I like during the summer, I was one of the people, I want to keep Kane. I see if we can keep Kane. Kane's been really good for us.
Yeah, he's a great player. One of the best at his position in the world.
And then other people saying, but he never stepped up in the big games. And I'm going, you don't know what you're talking about. And then Kane turned around and says, sorry, Paul, those other lot, they're actually right. You're wrong, mate. I was like, okay, man, sorry.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Again, I encourage all opinions on this. You know, all opinions are welcome. I'm not going to say your opinion's more or less valid than my opinion. The only thing I will say is don't tell me to take my emotions out of it, because then you may as well tell me not to breathe.
I just want to ask Hoover a question. Did you move house or something recently?
Not yet. In the process.
Oh, right, dude. Because I thought I heard you say you had. Because I'm thinking you must have got UNESCO or something to come in and faithfully recreate your exact.
Yeah, it's a green screen. Just one of those things, just taking a long time, mate. But oh well, it is what it is. I think
no one said he's not allowed to vent, Americanka. No one said he's not allowed to say things. It's just like, it's tacky. It's just tacky. It's like, if you know who Blueface and Christian Rock are, they're tacky. They love each other. They hate each other, and they're putting it all in the world for the whole world to see. I think that's tacky. Harry Kane is allowing the tackiness. That's my stance. Like, it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to take your shots at the people responsible. But if you're taking shots at the ambition, I constantly go back to, bro, you were a part of that fucking problem. You didn't change it. But now you want to sit and tell me that this is the loser mentality we have, which is the loser mentality you were fine signing a fucking $100 million extension on, right? I mean, obviously I'm being exaggerant with the numbers, but
there's other ways to vent as well. He could vent to all his new friends in Germany, not in the media, but his teammates or whatever. Say, Tottenham was rubbish, they didn't want to win anything. You don't go out to the world's press and say, it's all right if we lose a couple of games at Tottenham, it's not a disaster. Well, maybe not for you, mate. It was for me.
Yeah, I agree. Not going to be going too much longer here. Not trying to go too long. Got another person asking for the link. Good evening, Patty. How are you? Hope you're well. Says it's time for us to move on. I was moved on. I was moving on. I was moving on. I was dancing, doing my single girl anthem. I'm feeling myself. And then what happened? I get a text saying, oh, guess what? Your ex just said you ain't shit. Your car sucks and your breath stinks. It's like, bruh, why? What's up, Ben?
Hey, Ben.
It's always good to be with three of my favourite people. I just want to say, you boys are perfectly well enough to be angry about what he said. You guys are you should be angry. I'm angry as well. But we need to look at it from both sides of the spectrum.
No, we don't, but go on.
We do. When you leave, if the club bars you from the training ground and doesn't let you pick up your belongings, that's a bad move from the club. What we need to say...
What did Beyonce say? Everything you own in a box to the left. Get your shit and go. That's what that means.
It's just that the way he has acted in this interview is unacceptable. The way the club also acted is unacceptable. What we have is we need to repair this organisation. We need to repair the trust with the team. And we need to change this workplace culture of not having players for so long. We rely on them. We shouldn't have, diarrhea at the club for 10 years. If you have diarrhea for 5 minutes, you're upset, let alone for 10 years. And that's what we've got. That's what we've got. We've got utter diarrhea. But now we've got a man at the helm of the football club we can all unite around. We've got a man that understands people. We've got a captain that understands the people. We are slowly rebuilding to a better future. And if he doesn't want to be there, fuck him. But it's all in context. But we move on. We move on. It's a stupid quote, and we should just move on. We shouldn't be melting down. We should be laughing at him that he is at one of the elite 5 football clubs, and all he has time to do is still to talk about little old Tottenham. I know, but it's still the mighty Tottenham Hotspur, the greatest team in the country, as the man to the right of me likes to say.
Greatest team in the world, mate.
Greatest team in the world. And let's have fun. Let's enjoy this new style of football. Let's watch some football. Let's watch this new team and let's let it blossom. Let's watch it game by game and let's have a good time watching football. Because if I look at the history of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, we thrive under larger-than-life managers. And we've got one of those again. For the first time since Keith Birkinshaw was there, we've got a larger-than-life football manager. Under Arthur Rowe, we succeeded. We won the league. Under Bill Nicholson, we won the league. Under Keith Birkinshaw, we won a European trophy. We've got that. Let's go on this journey. Let's all go on this journey together and just forget.
Yeah, it's great. It's great when you're working on yourself, you're bettering yourself, you're doing this, you get back to the gym. I'm getting my hair cut again. I'm shaving. I don't smell like dog water anymore. I'm working on myself. Then your ex was like, remember that time you weren't shit? Remember that time we were together and you were a little punk ass? And it's just like, yeah, I remember, but why you have to remind me? I'm working on myself here. I'm trying to be a best me. And that's why I'm upset about it. So all these people are upset about me showing how I feel about it. That's okay. I'm glad you're here. Hit that like while you're here, please do.
Football is all about emotion. And if you don't show your emotion, I've been told tonight I don't support Tottenham despite the fact I've been going for 28 years of my bloody life. Every single day. Turnstile 36 on the East Stand. Every single game. And I'm not a Tottenham fan, apparently, because I have an opinion on the way a football team should treat a footballer that has departed the football club. I'm not a Tottenham fan. I think it's above my pay grade, as I like.
It's above your pay grade.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. It's above your pay grade.
I'm not a Tottenham fan. I'm not a Tottenham fan, apparently. So all those years of going to White Hart Lane and now to the Levy Dome is all a waste of time for me.
And Ben, I hope when you're at White Hart Lane, I hope you don't cheer. I hope you don't get excited. I hope you just stand there and you watch like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he's.
I'm not a Tottenham fan, so why would I cheer Tottenham scoring? I'm not a Tottenham fan, apparently.
Man, come on.
You know, if Harry Kane's allowed to have a vent, then I'm allowed to have a bloody vent too.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go, Paul. I like that. That's true. So all these people saying grow up and move on. He brought me back up, so that's why I'm talking about him. So
yeah,
it's all right.
Absolutely fair.
Pick up to a little impromptu panel here too.
He literally inspired that news, not any of us.
I was perfectly fine watching him from afar, getting my updates on my phone when he scores and assists. I was perfectly fine living my life that way, accepting where we were because yes. And again, his comments, I don't disagree with his comments. Yeah, we were a bunch of losers, but like, bro, you were a part of that. It's like a chef looking back at he's like, yeah, you know, we didn't care about health code standards over at that restaurant and they make shitty food. And now I'm over here making the best cuisine. Bro, you were over there making shitty food too.
He was the sous chef of the bad restaurant. That's what he was.
He didn't own the restaurant, but he was the head chef.
No, he wasn't even the head chef. He was the sous chef because Hugo Lloris was the head chef. He's never been captain. He was never the captain. The
head chef is drunk in the back room again.
Yeah, the head chef was drunk and the sous chef took over.
You know, in the early 80s, we had this player called Steve Archibald, who was one of my favourite players, right? And he left the club in pretty bad circumstances. Basically, he was injured in a game and Keith Birkinshaw called him a cheat, said he was a cheat. So Steve Archibald buggered off to Barcelona, carried on his fantastic career. But that guy, Steve Archibald, even though he left under those circumstances, has had 100 times the class of Kane when he's been talking about Spurs. You know, he might mention Keith Birkinshaw specifically, but as far as Tottenham, his time there, the fans, he's always glowing about the whole thing. But then Steve Archibald won shit with us, so, you know, it's different.
It's one thing in all walks of life, though, isn't it? You know not to shit on your old employer because it's not classy. It makes you a lesser person doing it. You shouldn't sink to that level.
Whilst this owner is at this football club, you will never see Harry Kane in that stadium ever again, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Fine with that. The things that have apparently happened to Kane over the situation of the transfer, what happened. I don't know fully. I'm not going to say it because it's not fact, because I don't know it's fact, because there's no writing or information. But if the things are true, what has happened to him over like things he should have been paid, it is absolutely disgraceful. It's
So Daniel here says, well, when Ainge was putting out 9 changes the other day, you sure did not act like you cared that much about not winning back-to-back games. It was excuses I heard yet again. So in regards, Paul, do you want to take it? Because I know how you.
Right.
But
here's the big thing for me. Right, I might have a little bit of a rant here.
Go ahead.
Oh.
It's been years. It's been years since Tottenham had a cup game before the end of the transfer window, because we've been in Europe and stuff like that. It was Ange's last chance in a competitive game to see what his squad was made of before the transfer window shut. Now, I hear things like he shouldn't have made so many changes, or he should have made changes at half-time. Well, you know, you can judge players in training and hope they come good in the second half, you know, because that's what, you know, looking during pre-season, our B team's better than our A team. That's what we're all saying. And it turns out, but under pressure, they weren't. And the
Barcelona fooled a lot of people.
Yeah, and the other thing I hear, well, we all know that Eric Dyer's shit. We all know. The club knows. It's like, well, no, we don't. Who are we talking about? Because I can give you 100 Spurs fans, and there'll be a few Eric Dyer fans in there. There'll be a few people saying Romero's shit. You know, there is no, like, universal voice of fans. And then I hear, well, the club should have done it. And then again, I'll say the club is not a person. Who are we talking about? Who specifically? Are you saying Daniel Levy should have made the choices on squad selection? That'd be a turn up, wouldn't it? Ange Postecoglou is the only person at the football club qualified to make decisions on who he wants to play and who he doesn't want to play. No, there's no one else there that can do it. And he's only been there 3 months, and I thought he went through the squad bloody quickly. And as a side note, 40 years ago, we didn't give a shit about the League Cup. We only care about the League Cup now. It's so important because we haven't won anything. That's the only reason. It was all, you know, when I was a kid, League Cup was always the Mickey Mouse Cup. FA Cup was brilliant. League Cup, who gives a shit? But now, the League Cup's like the bloody Holy Grail. Fuck it.
No, Paulie, because I care a lot about the League Cup because it's the only trophy I've ever seen Tottenham win. I've never, and that's all down to this unambitious, terrible football club. Tottenham, in your boys' day, were the kings of the FA Cup. If you played Tottenham in the FA Cup, if you played Tottenham in the FA Cup, you knew you were getting beat. Whether you were world, whether you were prime this, Tottenham beat you in the FA Cup. It was Tottenham's cup until 1992. Big up Paul Stewart. I've only ever seen Tottenham win the League Cup. That was my happiest moment of being a Tottenham fan, was us winning the League Cup. So I think I should be a bit miffed because I've never seen us win anything. Under this 23 years of ownership, we don't care about any cups. We only care, like it says in that video, top 4 is our everything. It's the club has made it into an official post. Tottenham, top 4 is our everything. I love the Carabao. I'd love to win a Carabao Cup because what do the best teams do? They all win the Carabao Cup to use it as a springboard for the rest of the season. Of course, with Man United, didn't work out that way. Man United have gone so far through the floor. It's really fun because I hate Man United. But I think if Ange Postecoglou had won that League Cup, I think that would have been a brilliant thing for him. I think that would have been.
We're winning the FA Cup, though. We're winning the FA Cup.
Daniel, you are allowed your opinion. Absolutely. Not trying to attack you at all. You are entitled to your opinion, Daniel.
A lot of people say we've got our Tottenham back. We have not got Tottenham back until we've won the FA Cup. The FA Cup is the antithesis. Not the antithesis. It's the jewel. It's the jewel in the crown for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club is winning the FA Cup. Being that team, you played Tottenham in the FA Cup, you were getting beat. You didn't even turn up. You stayed at home. We need that back. We need that great cup side back. And I don't like coming out of the cups. I like cups. Okay.
All right, now, here's the thing here, right? So, Conte knew the players were crap, all right? So, the players Conte knew were crap. Yves Bissouma, he was crap.
Madison didn't want.
He was crap. Why didn't Ange look at the tapes of last year? You know, well, we wouldn't be playing those two players, would we? He had to make his own judgment. You know, he couldn't just look at tapes and talk to people. He had to go into Tottenham and feel it, experience it. And he, you know, he did it.
It's all certain players. We knew Basuma's a good player. We knew Sar's a good player because everyone highly rates him. We know that Ollie Skip is just done for. He's dead food of a footballer. The only reason you keep Oliver Skip round is so Ange go, all right, Skippy. It's the only reason you keep him. The rest of it, he's a terrible footballer. But Ange shouldn't have to deal with this. He shouldn't have to change 9 players. We should have a good enough squad for him to take over, so he doesn't have to do that.
Exactly.
I always say before you can have a big fucking Thanksgiving dinner, you have to make sure you have a table that can hold all the plates of food you're trying to put on it. Now, what he showed in that Fulham match was this table is on one leg right now. These other 3 legs are not reliable. Watch. Let me show you. Boom, here's a big turkey. Boom, here's some mashed potatoes. Boom, here's some sweetened yams. Boom, here's some cornbread. Next thing you know, the whole fucking table falls over and everyone says, why'd you put all the food on the table? And it's like, we need a new table, y'all. We all know we need a new table. Yes, we knew that. Yes, us as fans are sitting here saying we knew the table wasn't going to hold up on Thanksgiving Day. But guess what? Now Ainge can say that he knows and he has the validity, the proof that it doesn't work. He showed him, look, the whole dinner's on the floor now. In a game in which you have to win, which we didn't lose in 90 minutes. We just didn't win it in 90 minutes, which is not good enough. Yes.
Are you saying Ange showed them some evidence there, Jacob?
You better show me the evidence. Show me the evidence.
They don't listen to evidence. They never listen. They've had 23 years of it. Don't listen to evidence.
Well, that's a stance, and that's your opinion. But Ainge can't operate under your assumption of the last 20 years of Enoch and Levy. He's got to operate under where he is.
But Ange should have had a better pre-season. They should not have been flying him to 100 million country.
Yeah, but they didn't. So he had no choice but to make 9 changes.
He can only do what he could do. Yeah.
They should be playing in.
Big up Mountain Bushman.
Admittedly, Man United are terrible, but what they did was correct. They flew. Not Man United. They flew to one country, did a bit of a tour over there, and they came back and played a load of games over here. Why aren't we playing teams like Weymouth like what we used to do? But what's his name? That terrible what's his name? Neil Warnock always took his teams to play to Bodmin, to play Bodmin. We should be playing teams in England, like maybe not at the physical level of the Premier League, but they give you a go. Teams like Leicester City. Why are we playing Leicester City all the way up the other side of the world instead of playing them, I don't know, in Leicester maybe? Where
regular ones for us used to be the likes of Southend pre-season.
Exactly. Yeah, we should. Leyton Orient. I'd love to do an away game at Leyton Orient. It'd be brilliant.
We did that a couple pre-seasons ago.
Getting the fitness, more games in the legs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why when we played Leicester, that was our first preseason game and that was their third?
Yeah.
Whose fault is that? That's not Ainge Postecoglou's fault. No, whose fault is it that when you do rotate your squad, that you have all these ineptitude players, like these players weren't good enough? That's not Ainge's fault. But yes, you could say in training he should have known, in preseason he should have known. That's not a knockout game. It's not. Different. So it's literally saying like, yeah, make some soup. This is how you make soup. And you're doing it in training, but there's no fire. You're not cooking anything. You're just, here's how you chop, here's how you put it in. And yes, they could do that with no fire on. But when the heat is on, the stoves are cooking, chicken's on the grill, it's nut busting time. What are you going to do? And they showed. What are they going to do? And now he says, look.
The flight safety information, though. They know that the doors are here, and there's doors here, and at the back there. They know that very well. They know that very well.
Yeah, so that's the thing is like, you're never going to have a full. I think, Paul, when we were first on after that match, I mentioned like a surgeon has to operate on a living, breathing person before they release them into the wild and say they can do operation like open heart surgery. You know what I mean? Like you can only operate on dummies for so long until eventually you have to be fucking put to the test.
Yeah, and you did me a service that day because I was a bit pissed off going out of the cup, and I was at 6s and 7s a bit, and you set me straight, man. You set me straight on Ange, and it's like, no, I don't think he had a choice. And if we had all that pre-season stuff happening and everything was all fine and dandy, maybe he wouldn't have had to do it. But I reckon him doing it and us getting rid of Davis and Sanchez, it was worth it doing it for that, I reckon.
You got Davis and Sanchez out the door.
As far as I was concerned, I mean, I always say about, the quads on, all the trebles on. Love saying all that stuff because it always is.
People off.
It's the same. Yeah, the same thing for this season as I said with the first season under Pochettino, when I'm expecting this sort of revolutionary change in the way we're playing coming about, and that is the first season. I expect nothing, absolutely nothing from the team.
I just want fun.
I'm expecting Ange to use this entire season just to evaluate the players he's got. Nothing.
And which
more
ones
than
he
that.
wants next year.
Exactly. Next year is when you start getting rid of the ones he clearly doesn't want, or even in January. We started doing that ahead of schedule, which is great. But this whole season, that to say, oh, we've got to be going in this competition with a view to winning it, when it's like, third, a few weeks into the start of the season. No, he's still under an evaluation period at the moment.
Yeah.
Of course, you could say he shouldn't have made that many changes. Sure, that is an argument. Perhaps we could have scraped through it if we'd made a few different things, but it was a big decision, and that's what the manager is there for. Big decisions. We might not like them all, but he's got reason behind it, and it's a long-term project. I'm sure he's not just told to come here, win us the League Cup. He's told, get us as high in the league as you possibly can this season.
And let's start building.
We'll build on it,
and let's start building.
So for
that's
me,
what we're doing. Look at the signing from today too, Kuva.
Yeah, I'll kind of do the parent thing about the Fulham game. I'm not angry, but I was disappointed.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you didn't do wrong. You just didn't do right. Is where
That's right.
Big up Daniel, real quick, Paul. I just want to say, big up Daniel. It's all love. He says, big up Jacob. It's all love, mate. I ain't going at you for your emotions to your football club. Of course, it's your football club. We are all emotional. Big up Daniel. I was obviously in an emotional moment in which I was answering and replying to you specifically. So again, I wasn't trying to attack you. And again, I always say that I want you here to challenge me. You challenge me about Romero, about Son, about it, and I want that, right? I don't want you to just come here and be like, Jacob's right, Jacob this. Tell me how you feel. This is for every viewer. I want you to tell me how you feel because I'm telling you how I feel. And I'm not always right. I know I'm wrong more than half of the time, so I'm not always going to get it right. But, and again, everything I say is just my opinion. That's it. Ainge, in my opinion, didn't get the Fulham game wrong. It just didn't go our way the day. That's the way I see it. I don't think it was a mistake either. So that and Ainge is going to take that on the chin and be better for it. He is a muscle, and in order to build and make the muscle stronger, you must tear it down first. And that's what it was, a simple tearing down of the muscle, so we can build back this season a big, strong bicep, and all the ladies will love it. So big up, Daniel. Always appreciate you being here. Again, apologies if you felt like I was attacking you personally. Your opinion is always welcome here.
I will say you're wrong for not doing pancakes on stream for about 10 months. Well,
dude,
pancakes,
my kitchen's a mess, man. I've been underwater with that bastard.
Hashtag in the chat. We want pancake streams.
Big up everybody in the chat as well. I know I have, as the panel has come on, I've not spoken to y'all as much, but I know that I see you, I hear you, and I appreciate y'all being here. I'm going to go through some of the questions I have. Big up Chris Peters. Hope you're doing well. Shout out all the YouTube chat members as well, and everyone who, even if you're not a YouTube chat member, if you're just here chatting, hitting a like, big up yourself right now, and I appreciate you. I'm not going to go for too much longer. We are just about in 15 seconds going to hit 2-hour mark here. So if you have not hit a like on the video, please do hit a like on the video. Ben or someone will start plugging the channels for Hotspur Hippie and for the coffee company and Three Spurs Boys for these lads, so you can go help get them up as well, because that's what we do here. It's all about love, and whether I disagree with Ben or I agree with Kuva and Paul on certain things about Harry Kane being a nasty meanie in the news, it's all good. We all love the same club. We all want the same thing at the end of the day. We all just...
If you all agreed, it'd be boring.
Yeah, exactly. It would. And that's why I said, if you're in the chat and you're like, man, this Jacob's talking a whole lot of shit, tell me. I don't take things personally. I just, as times as you can see, I will be emotional about my club. And that's just because I love it so much.
I think it's also we've got time to have these thoughts buzzing around our head. Like if Harry Kane had said that, but it wasn't an international break and we were playing on the weekend, I think it would have just washed over. It's like, who cares about you, mate? We've won another game.
Yeah, I ain't even thinking about you. James Madison had a hat trick of assists. Like, who are you? Harry who? That's a good point. It is a time in which, we're just sitting there staring at the wall and then you hear someone talk shit. You're like, what? I'm gonna kick their ass. You know what I mean? It's like I'm waiting for something to happen. So yeah, I agree with you, Paul. Spurs for life. You four talk so much sense when you wish you streamed more together. There you go. Got to get together more. Big up Derek Smith. I think he's got to go. Premier League clubs in general need to grow their worldwide fan base. It certainly isn't Tottenham Hotspur who do this. It isn't just Tottenham Hotspur who do this. Yeah. Big up Derek Smith. I agree with you there. Big up Cal as well. Want to make sure I don't miss any questions. Again, now that there's things are popping a little bit, it's hard to make sure I don't miss every single person. But hit a Q, and that'll help me see it. I'll star it, and we'll talk about some. I'll go through the first couple that we got. We'll skip this, but I'll just say to love each other, to show love and give love and receive love. That's what I'll say.
Chicken soup.
And some chicken soup in there. Why not? We'll quick fire this one. Question: who will get sacked first, Poch or Seven Hag? Kuva, I'll start with you and go around the horn. Pochettino or Eric Ten Hag? You think Pochettino get sacked first? Okay.
Yes,
Paul, what
Chelsea.
about you?
That's what they do.
Yeah, I think Pochettino. I think, and I'm loving it because Chelsea. I hate Chelsea, not from a sporting sense. I just don't like their fans. A lot of them. So hopefully they'll get relegated.
In the words of our friend Rez Lord of the Shelf, I hate Arsenal because I support Tottenham, but I hate Chelsea because I'm a human being. I'd love it if he was sacked. I would love it.
He's magic, you know.
I'd love it if he was sacked after him bigging up Chelsea so much and then Chelsea doing it. That would be so funny.
Oh, to be fair, he's got to pick up his new club, hasn't he?
No, but not in the way he did the Harry Kane thing, so we can't be.
I didn't care about the Pochettino thing because he was gone for several years. You can come back, talk as much shit about us as you want. I saw the handcuffs. He was chained to that chair. They put him in some lodge, unknown location, shoot the hostage video.
It was like Casino Royale where James Bond is about to get hit in the bollocks by that rope. That's what Pochettino looked like.
Yeah, it was a fun video. Shout out Pochettino.
Pochettino should have had a chat with Graham Roberts before he went to Chelsea because when Graham Roberts, his first day at Chelsea, he was in the canteen and he said the dinner ladies slapped down the food in front of him and said, "We don't like you yids here." And that's what Chelsea is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. That's very nice. Better to cry in a Ferrari or to be happy on the bus?
Happy on the bus.
Happy on the bus.
Happy on the bus,
man.
Yeah, happy on the bus. It's a lifestyle. Big Shugs, question. Does Ainge have the best standard of players he's ever managed? If so, does that make you more confident that we can win something?
Oh, yeah.
Paul, I'll start with you. You're my Ainge Postecoglou prophet.
I did a video on this yesterday, and it was like at each step that Ainge has taken in his career, that period of like bedding in, I think has got quicker and quicker. And I think that's because Ainge is better and better, but also because he's got better players. Like even Celtic, like they weren't rubbish, but it was really after the first January transfer window. That's when they were just unstoppable. But with Tottenham, we only had to wait 45 minutes, and then we were brilliant, and that's it. So I think we will. Look, I think we're going to. If we don't win the league this season, I'm not ruling us out of it. Next season, man, just you wait. Next season, we're going to kick ass.
I love it, Paul. You always get me so hyped up. The double's on until it isn't. Ben, I'll go to you, and then I'll end it off with Kuva. How do you respond to this question?
Best standard of players, not yet the best team. And when he molds that team with those players...
Great answer.
That's true, man. Very true, Ben. Very true.
I think his Celtic team is still a better chemistry of players. But once he gets those players into the mould, which it's already starting to form with his excellent choice of three captains, a captain in every single part of the pitch, defence, midfield, attack. When that comes together and that forms around and he gets a couple more players to suit those class players, I think we're going to be really cooking. I'm liking what I see, but one game at a time is what I've been saying. I can call it either, but one game at a time.
Yeah. One game at a time. Kuva, what about you?
I think Ben just summed it up. I'll just have a Coke.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Big Ange has come in, and the turnaround from the way we were playing last season to the way we're playing now, it's insanely quick. I thought it was going to take months. I thought he was going to be under pressure come Christmas because we couldn't find a way to adapt to his style of play. We're still not there. That's the crazy bit. We're oohing and ahhing about this style of football, and it's not anywhere near how he wants it yet. The consistency is not there throughout the games. When we get that right as well, we are going to be absolutely battering teams. They're going to be begging for mercy. As he says, we never stop. I fully believe that. I have not felt this way about a manager before. This revolution that he's brought to this club is just insane. I'm loving every moment of it.
And this isn't a young kid. This isn't a young adult. I would like to say I'm a young adult right now. This is a guy who's seen the ups and the downs, the greatness and the follies of Tottenham, and you haven't had this feeling now. Because I feel like when I say those kinds of statements, people are like, "Oh, well, yeah. I mean, if I had to pick my starting 11, my Spurs starting 11 of players I've witnessed, it would be a lot different to those of you or Paul Kuva." But the sentiment is the same. I haven't felt this way about a manager. I know that. I feel that. But for someone like you and Paul, and I wonder where Nita's at with this, like when y'all have been supporting this club for so long and it's this new, fresh feeling, take your emotion
I've
out
not
of it,
been
Kuva.
excited over a manager since Terry Venables. You know, when Terry Venables came to Spurs, it was like, oh, we're going to, well, I mean, we didn't quite kick on, but it was quite exciting, you know. But what Ben was saying, what Ben was saying there about the team, like when Australia won the 2015 Asian Cup, and I was there, and I was fully on board with the whole thing. That team, that Australian team, on paper, you'd think not a chance, man, not a chance. But he got them playing out of their skins. So, yeah, when he gets these really good individual players playing like a team, like Ben says, it's we're going to be smashing people. I'm going to love every second of it.
Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. To Chris Peters, he said in the chat about Berkshire, where he was class. He was absolutely best manager we've had so far, but I was way too young to appreciate the impact he had when he arrived. I think I was about 7.
Yeah, same here, man.
So for me, seeing what's happening, this change in the team, I'm experiencing this sort of kind of thing for the first time. I saw it on a slower way with Pochettino and Redknapp, but it was fun as well with those managers. But this bloke's something special. I think this if we can hang on to him for 5 or 6 years at least.
Yeah.
This club's really going forward. I'll totally believe it. I wish I had time to go into tactics and stuff, but just look at the way compared to last season where we're being told we've got to have 3 at the back. These players aren't good enough. You can't just expect this all to happen. You just play a different way. You look at the way we're packing out the areas of the field now. It's the midfield. It's fullbacks dropping in that inverted fullback system that's so popular at the moment. Ange does it a little bit different because you'll often see Udogie even further up the pitch. He becomes that extra man up there. Mm-hmm. And when you've got Maddison dropping back to create extra numbers at the back when needed, you see Udogie dropping more centrally up front. We've always got this system of like 3 players up there, 3 strikers forwards up there, 3 midfielders right behind them ready to go. We are built to be up the field as quickly as possible with numbers. It's fantastic.
Getting in the box too.
Even if a team wants to man mark everybody or press us, let them. They have to take big risks in doing it because we are moving the players around so much. When you really stand back and study it, and you look at the triangles that are available, and you quite often see this system where you will see like the 5 points on a die, the side of a die. You get the 2 up front, 1 in the middle, 1 through 2 behind them, little triangles all around them. and then you see one player drift out wide, another one drop in. They're pulling teams all over the place. It's not easy to combat this system unless you take the risk yourself. So I think we may come unstuck when somebody plays a really low block against us. Brentford did for the second half a bit. But I think we're getting the players in now and getting Sonny in around the box now to score goals, even when that does happen. It's a bright future. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm super sparkling rose tinted glasses on at all times.
You know what?
We've got Kuva back. We got Kuva back, y'all.
Just as Andrew miraculously turned around the team, like he's even turned Kuva around, because you were watching like Raiders of the Lost Ark rather than watching Bears last year. It was so horrible watching us last year. It was hot. It was a downer, man. And
yeah, it was tough. I did actually feel bad, like talking with fans like Kuva, and was like, damn, this guy Antonio Conte, whom I had high hopes for, like he's broken this man. Conte ball has broken our fans, our legacy fans, and like to me that was hurtful. And I don't forgive Conte for that, even though this club, these players, they don't want to play under the pressure. Let's keep going through the questions. I do need to end the show off very soon. Also want to say big shout out. There's 10 people who have subscribed to the channel during the show, so big shout out to the new 10 subscribers. We'll run through this quickly. We already kind of answered this, so I'll just real quick get some yes or no's from y'all. Jim said, do you think Kane will be back at Spurs after what he has said? I personally think there's still a chance he could, if Levy was gone. So there's always a chance. It's not impossible. Ben, you're saying no?
Whilst that man is the chairman of this football club, you will never see Harry Kane in that stadium. You will never see him. After what he pulled on transfer deadline day, or not after what he pulled on the day of his move, he will never be back. What he did, you will never see him again unless
Paul,
he is the chairman.
What about you, Paul?
What is his contract at Bayern? 3 years? Is it? Is it 3 years or 2?
It's 4 years. It's a 4 year.
4 years. He won't be good enough. No, he ain't coming back.
Yeah, because by that time we'll have June Sunset Bell coming along nicely. We'll be all right. Mikey Moore. Feliz.
Oh, dude,
come
please.
on, talk to me nicely. Big up, Kuva. Do you have anything you want to add to that?
Kane never ruled him out coming back to the Premiership. I just don't think it will be us. I agree. If it's the same chairman at this club, there's bad blood now there. I think it's not going to happen. But then again, weeks a long time in football. So you can never say never. Is he likely to go anywhere else? It's not. I see the Teddy Sheringham side of Kane's play. He's not going to. It doesn't matter about his pace going. He's intelligent. He's able to control the ball, pass the ball. Got a knack for finding a bit of space in the box. Scores goals. He's not going to lose that quickly. It's going to continue. He could probably play till he's 40. Injuries permitted.
I think what he will do is he will go to America, do a couple of years in America, probably the New England Revolution, and then he'll probably play for the New England Patriots. That is probably what will happen.
Yeah, he does want that, doesn't he? Play as a kicker, yeah.
That is what he will do.
Very nice, Kate. Thank you for that. We'll keep it moving along here. Dry Roast Peanut, do you think the likes of Madison and Son practice their celebrations in the mirror?
Yeah. Definitely.
Definitely. Oh, yeah. And then, well, that one's a bit silly, so I'll keep it moving. Daniel E has a question. Is anyone getting a bit worried about Madison getting a knock against Scotland? I was worried about the rough challenges he was getting from the Ukraine players. Naturally, when I see anyone putting their hands on a Tottenham Hotspur player, I don't like it, and I get a little anxious and rambunctious because don't be touching my mans like that. That's how I feel. I have mob mentality. In high school, admittedly, I was a part of some, this high school versus that high school, 20-on-20 rumble in the park. I've been a part of that. What I will say is I fight better if I see my best friend get punched in the face. And I know this has nothing to do with James Madison getting hurt because I can't help him. I'm all the way in America. But I don't like it. So I do worry about it. He is a player who's he gets little dinks and knocks here and there, misses a 2-game, 3-game here and there for Leicester. So I'm not saying he's injury prone, because I think to be injury prone, you have to like be more of a Derrick Rose, if you understand the reference. But
Ryan Sessegnon.
Or Ryan Sessegnon. Perfect. Yes, exactly, Paul. Anyone here worried about these players? You got anything to add here for this?
It's football, isn't it? I mean, I think Maddison has been the first or second most tackled player at Tottenham already this season. So that says to me he's got a good ability to ride out tackles.
Yeah.
So he limits his his contact. He seems to do that quite well. But who knows, man? Who knows? Of course, you don't want to get a player getting injured, but that's life, eh? It's gonna happen.
Shout out to the new sub. There was one person who just subscribed right now. Shout him out. Big up. Appreciate that. Let's see. Scott M. Big up. Scott M. is in the house. We were talking about happiness, the party, the barbecue. And Scott has come down from his international high and says, we will win nothing, compete for nothing, do nothing under Ainge. That is clear as day. He also goes on to say, it's not better watching this year. That is the biggest myth going around now.
He's on a wind up. This is just pure wind up.
Sorry, Scotty.
We got our Kuva back, and we got our Scott back.
Not having it, mate.
We got our Scuva and our
Look at that. That is going to be the fucking comment of the stream, that one. It's brilliant.
Big up Bobby K. That was hilarious. I love Scott. Kane finally got free. No chance he returns to this disaster. That's actually true. I actually agree with that there. There's the links. Ben has been putting them in there. Please do go subscribe to the Hotspur Hippie. Go subscribe to 3 Spurs Boys. Let's get 3 Spurs Boys to 1K as soon as possible. And go subscribe to the Coffee Company as well. Let's get them to 1K as soon as possible. Got another question here starred from Dry Roast Peanut. Says, sorry if you spoke about it before, but what do you make of Richarlison crying on the bench for Brazil? I kind of spoke about it early on in the show, in the first 30, 40 minutes. I'll give you a brief synopsis. Man up. You got all them tattoos. You look like a big, strong man with all your tattoos. You're an adult. Now act like one. A lot of kids had it a lot harder than you have as an adult. A lot of young adults have had it harder in their early on life. So when they cry, I feel a little bit more sympathetic to the fucking people who don't make, I don't know how much he makes. Was it $100,000 a week?
I mean, Richarlison's been there as well, though, playing football in Brazil. He's had that edge. I feel for him. I feel for the guy.
Dry your eyes.
I feel for him. He's just not good enough.
That's the end of my little spiel. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Was that me or was that Ben?
No,
I saw Ben go loading for his. Yeah, I just got the Wi-Fi signal. Let me stop sharing screen. Maybe that's making it worse. Sorry about that. I don't know what the hell just happened. For me, Ben was talking and then he started spinning, thinking. Yeah. I thought he was thinking for a second.
That's probably the better thing for me to be spinning. But yeah, Richarlison's been there. I mean, he's had trials and tribulations in his life growing up where he's grown up. But he's just not good enough. He's not good enough. He's just. I'm sorry.
I've always said he's either the most unlucky footballer or he's just not good enough.
Yeah. Son Heung-min is 50 million times the footballer he is. And it's just the way it is. Yeah. He's a better captain than most people ever said. I was on the Son Heung-min for captain train. I was the first one to hashtag it. So
you were on this channel. Yes, you were, Ben. I can attest. You were on this very channel.
Yeah.
When I was taking pelters in the chat because people were saying Son's not captain material, any show I went on saying Son should be captain, you don't know what you're talking about. You're deluded. You're deluded. It's only because you're in love with him. And my response to that is, I'm not just in love with him. I love the man. I love what I see. Let's just keep it 100. This is also a great picture I like to keep on deck. A little beautiful love. But my new flavor right now, and I can't get away from it, is this. These two, look at that smile. Rivals told me Sonny doesn't want to be here. Kane left. His best friend left. Sonny has no interest in playing for Tottenham. This just looks like they've smooched under the brightest light in town while they're looking. I mean, come on. The love here is oozing through. I absolutely love this photo so much.
I'm just picturing that in my head with an FA Cup and a league championship.
With that away kit. That'll be so Mwah. Yummy yum yums.
It's a shame football didn't take off as much, 40 years ago, because then we could all be enjoying like topless shots of Paul Miller or someone like that.
Big up Maxi Miller.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit with Sonny, he's not my idea of a captain either, but proof's in the pudding, isn't it? We're doing well. He's stepping up his game. It's working. Romero's benefiting from the captaincy. Maddison's clearly bringing that his own personality to that captaincy role. I think it was a masterstroke putting 3 of them in the team. It's really sort of galvanising us as a unit. It's just going to get better. And the fact you got one of your most talismanic strikers in Sonny now hitting the goal trail again. Hopefully that continues.
I'll put it as elegantly as to caveat on that, Kuva. I'll put it as elegantly as I can. No longer are we reaching around feeling, oh, is that a roll of quarters, or are you just happy to see me? No, there's no doubt. You know this ain't no roll of quarters. You know what it is. There's no need to. That ain't the TV remote. No. That's what I'm going to say. That's as elegantly as I can put it. Big up Sean, 1888 in the house. New name in the chat says difference with Ainge. He sees it as a privilege at Spurs. Celtic, not the other way around. In respect, Celtic and Spurs, I've always regarded as attacking teams. It's glad to see that we're back to what fans and rivals have alluded us to, which is an attacking team. Danny Kiriakou in the house. Big up, Danny. Hope you're keeping well out there in Amsterdam. Says, panel, I love Ainge, and I'm so excited. Paul knows how much I wanted him, but we won't win anything with Ainge because of Levy. We will tickle the balls of greatness. I love that. We will tickle the balls of greatness, much like a toilet with the water level too high. We'll tickle the balls of greatness like we did under Poch, but we won't win because of Levy FC. My only thing that I would throw onto this is I'm hoping that this is a changing of the winds, because whereas with Jose, Nuno, Conte, we were chasing the high of where we were, trying to get back and maintain what we had while it was falling apart. We were literally trying to do the scene from Ghost, but the room was too hot and the clay is all melty. And it doesn't matter how much we tried to shape it with Jose, shape it with Conte, we weren't going to make a Voss with what we had. Now what I'm hoping is we've tried a new batch, a new formula, and we'll see how it goes. Now, again, I understand the hesitance from fans who have been writing this for 23 years. I do sympathize with that, and I understand that. Me personally, I just got to say, like, I have hope, man. If I don't have hope, I may as well be dead. It's like, I don't know. If I don't think that Tottenham Hotspur can be successful in the future, I'm not going to be very hapful. I'm not going to be very happy and fulfilled with my club if they're constantly not meeting that. So, yes, I have done this. Jose, woo. Nuno, Conte, woo. Now I'm doing the Ainge. I'm rising, baby. I'm rising like that morning wood, like clockwork. It'll wake, like cockwork. It'll wake you up regardless of what you're doing. So, big up, Danny. Did anyone have anything they wanted to say about that?
Well, I think in a nice way, I think Ainge has just made Levy his bitch.
There you go, Paul.
Well, he's not like a Conte or a Mourinho. Give me the players, give me the fucking players. You're all shit. Ainge is just. We've all seen Ainge.
Conte was like that chick. While she may be beautiful, she is just not a nice lady. I was going to say some bad language, but she's just not a nice lady. And while you feel cool because you're strutting to town, you're like, look at this lady I got right next to me. The whole car ride, she's complaining, this car is not nice enough. Why don't we have a better car? Why don't we go get to a better, fancier restaurant? You only get reservations at the W. I want reservations at the Hilton. And it's like, girl, come on. Just enjoy what we're doing here. Let's have a good time. And instead, you're complaining about the car not being nice enough. So, admittedly, this is coming from a person who was singing Antonio at my fucking TV every match day because I was trying, I was just scraping up what I could and just scrape it up. I got enough to get one bottle of Coke. Let's drink it, and that's how it was. So
while Kuva's watching James Bond.
What we've got to hope is that Scott Munn's job is actually a real job, because if he's got the actual job as the managing director of football operations and now he's the boss of the football operations, great. It means the bald man over there is not in charge of it. Mr. Levy. if Scott Munn's job is actually his job, and he's not just some sort of a what's it called, a statue that's there just to look good, and then whilst Levy works in the background, great, because then we'll have a whole new structure of the business which is only focused on football. The reason people like Danny are going back to this argument is because we've been burned so many times over the younger fans like me and Danny have been burnt so many times under this, and we just don't need.
It's okay to feel that way. It's definitely okay to feel like Scott, that there's no way or reason to have hope with Ainge. That is the problem.
He's not the problem, though. This is why I say we need to back this football manager more than any other football manager in the last 30 years of the club, because it's not his fault the club is a mess. He's coming into an absolute dumpster fire on top of a dumpster fire on top of a dumpster fire. And he's already trying to fix it. He's already showing little glimpses of being able to clear that up. He's dousing it. There's no petrol on the fire. Let him clean up the mess and let's see what he can do with it.
Let him cook. Let him cook is what I say.
Forget cooking, Jacob. We need to go we need to clean the entire restaurant. We need to clean everything. We need everything.
Insurance job.
Before we even get in the kitchen, we need to clean every facet of that restaurant.
Yeah. Big up to Danny Kiriakou, by the way. But he and I agree on so many things so often. But I'm going to disagree with him on what he said there. I've just got this. There is something about Ange that I think he might be the manager that actually cracks that nut, despite the fact we are not. Yeah, despite the fact we're not going to get the backing we want, and we're still going to have this chairman holding us back. I think there is something about him. I think we just might see some silverware at some point. Whether it's an FA Cup or League Cup, and I'm not banking on it this season, but I think there is something about this manager that is going to drag this team over the line. The way we've turned it around this quickly is stunning. And these aren't all fluke results. I know Scott will say that, but Scott says it every time. I just think we are really on this. We're on the rise on the roller coaster. We're just getting to the fun bit. A little bit of effort.
Right when your feet are about to start dangling over the edge, like tick, tick,
yeah, and then whoa, yeah. I'm feeling it. I am totally feeling it. Totally bought into it. Everything about this bloke.
I love it. I'm totally bought into. I do.
Totally refreshed.
Yeah, I feel you, Kuva. We're all in the pool together, so to speak. The metaphorical pool of Ainge Postecoglou's wetness and greatness. What I will say is I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat. I do need to end the show. In 1 hour from now, I'm going to be on Sarcasm City TV representing as a Spurs rep on that channel. So if you do want to hear more from me on whatever the hell, go on over to Sarcasm City TV. They're in the channel description, or not in the channel description. They're in the homepage of the channel. So if you go United Spurs of America channel on YouTube, you'll see it down at the bottom. Sarcasm City TV. I will be over there doing a show just a little bit later. So I do have to end the show. Gotta, unnumb my ass and get a drink and have a quick bite and then get back to the streaming thing. But before
no spontaneous 24-hour charity stream.
No, I was on that way too long last night. I'll tell you that much. I was on it for way too long last night. Ain't that right, Paul? Ben Kaufman dropping the links for us. There's the Hotspur Hippies link. Go over there and subscribe. Paul, when's the next time? You got a video dropping later on tonight?
Oh, maybe. I'm unreliable, but I try.
He doesn't reply to comments, but he does have content.
No, I don't reply to comments. Never reply to comments.
I never reply to comments either, but I give you comments.
It's a pain in the ass.
I know you don't do thumbnails. I love your approach is because if you Google like the 5 ways to grow a YouTube channel, you do none of them. You do zero, and I love it because they're always like, make a good thumbnail that grabs your attention. You're like, fuck it, no thumbnail. They say engage with your audience and reply to everyone who reply. You're like, fuck that, no. I like it, Paul. I like your style. I do. So go on over to the Hotspur Hippie, hit a like and subscribe over there to subscribe for more good vibes. On over there at the Hotspur Hippie. Let's see what the next one is. Bobby, K, and Kuva at the 3 Spurs Boys. Get over there, like and subscribe as well. You got anything recently coming up, Kuva, that you can think of?
We'll be heading for towards another Saturday night. Kuva and the Kang just chilling out. No, it's still going to be international break, isn't it? So it's going to be no football to talk about. worthwhile. So it's going to be fun and games, just chilling out and wind down from the stresses of a week. That's the way we usually look at it. Sort of just a group of friends getting in the pub and just being stupid and saying vaguely offensive stuff most of the time, or very offensive stuff the rest of the time.
Yeah, sometimes very offensive indeed. Big up. There it is. 3 Spurs boys. Go hit a like and subscribe over there as well. Let's get them to 1K. And Ben Kaufman, the coffee corner, the chill corner of YouTube. There it is. You're back tomorrow for your daily stream, right?
Back tomorrow at 2 p.m. for the usual daily stream. I don't know what's going to happen. Usually Bobby turns up and makes the chill corner absolute mayhem, but it's absolutely hilarious, so I just let him. It's brilliant. But yeah, go over to the coffee company. We have a new coffee next week. So we have a new coffee arriving tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely delicious, and stay tuned. And you can also find us on Tottenham on Tour, where we are 80 people away from 7,000 subscribers. So a massive big up to everyone that subbed to us recently. Get over to Tottenham on Tour with Mr. Daigle, Mr. Kiriakou, Mr. Ireland, Mr. Isaacs, and Mr. Amir, where we're going to do some Tottenham content. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. But please get over to the coffee company, get us to 600 subscribers, and it would be really appreciated.
There you have it. There you have it indeed. Go check them out there. Last question before we end off from Dry Roast Peanut, just because I love your name so damn much. Would you rather win one and lose one against Arsenal and Liverpool, or stay undefeated with 2 draws? Me personally, I want the 3 points versus Arsenal. Give it all. Give it everything you got. I'll take the L at Liverpool at home. I don't really care, as long as we beat them dirty Arsenal. Plus, 3 points is more than 2. Anyone else got? You want to say how you?
Both. I reject the alternative. Just want to win both.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's be greedy. I'm done with rolling over for teams. Let's make them both our bitch.
Yeah.
There you go. I like it. I like it very much. Big up Boxing Kangaroo. Don't know if I said big up to you. Big up Johnny Bethnal. Let's winning trophies do the talking before you start getting wet over Ainge. The moistness has begun, my friend. I don't control what happens at the Niagara Falls. All I know is you're going to get wet, baby. That's all I know. Big up, Johnny.
I'm done with being cautious and hiding behind the curtain looking at results. I'll feel just start time in the spotlight. I'm feeling it. Let's with a proud cockerel on top of the ball. We shouldn't be like hiding behind it like a timid chicken. Let's get noisy again. To get it into the crowd and home games as well. We need that. It's sorely lacking, and this kind of brand has been missing for too long.
The more hopeful we are, the more it annoys everyone that isn't a Spurs fan.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
Yeah, me too.
That annoy me then, Paul. Apparently, I'm not a Spurs fan.
It's above your pay grade.
It's above your pay grade, Ben. Come on.
Above my pay grade.
Get your money up, not your funny up. Big up every single one of you that have hit that like on the video. Whenever this ends, it will automatically redirect you to where I will be in less than an hour. So go hit a like, say USA Raid or whatever, or join us back in an hour over there. Or join me back over there at Sarcasm City TV, less than an hour. And come talk shit to Chelsea and United fans while I show my face and hopefully not be too shameless. So come on over there. There's the link to Sarcasm City TV, or you can just hang tight. I'll send you right on over there. Big up Lisa. You did miss the entire stream, actually. Not most of the stream because we're ending off. But Lisa, it's always good to have you here. Lateness is greatness, and better to see you than to not see you. But go ahead and watch it back. And then the panel joins on. A lot of fun. I go on a rant, Lisa, about Harry Kane and his comments. An unexpected rant. Did a lot of talking about the new signing, Luka, but did do a little bit of a Harry Kane rant. Didn't mean to, but I did. Also, before I say goodbye, I want to say thank you very much to the Americanca for the first super chat of the day. And then also big shout out to Rain Man for the second super chat of the day, and C. Sherman trying to bring back those immaculate vibes because I was going off the deep end about Harry Kane. And again, big up Americanca, big up Daniel, big up everyone who disagreed. I think John, there was a guy named John who was like, you suck, get your emotions out of the game, you fucking idiot. But, big up to everybody. If, you think I'm too emotional, you think I need to be more rational, that's totally cool. Your opinions are valid here, whether I agree with them or not. So please get them known, put them in the chat, put them in the comments below if you are watching this back on playback. But again, thank you so much to the 136 of y'all that have hit the like at this juncture, and big up to the 166 who voted, and to the 30 of you who voted but didn't like. I question your lifestyle, but I'm allowing you to live it, because you know what? You're a human and you can do what you want. So I'm going to end the poll. The winner for today is I don't know him, but I love him already. And the second place is anyone's better than Dyer. And both of those are my answers. So you have won again today, chat, for picking my answer.
Big love to Kate after the horrible evening she went yesterday. Massive love to her.
We did give her a shout out at the beginning of the show too. So big, massive shout out to Kate for sure.
Wonderful people. Let's give them, when they get back, let's give them all the love and support in the world. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful human beings, them lot.
Yep. Big up Kate and Jim. Love them both very much. All the love for them as well. Members of the channel, lovers of the channel, family. Vin Diesel voice, family. Anyway, that's going to do it here. Episode number 47 of the Untitled series here on United Spurs of America. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday and you start your week off feeling blessed. Too blessed to be stressed, hopefully. But anyway, until next time, stay fresh, stay blessed, up the lads, and come on, you Spurs.
United Spurs of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.